You suck, Mars, by the way.
The street just went live when you said that too.
Just want to put that out there, Mars.
Well, aside from anybody sucking, the NBA is doing the furthest thing from that. The NBA is entertaining us in ways that, well, I didn't know would be imaginable, because we have young teams that are very gifted. Shout out my man. We have young teams that are stacked. We have young teams that are dynasties in the making. We have young players, rookies that are phenomenal. Con Knipple, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, et cetera, et cetera. We got sophomores that are dazzling. We have players that are in their third, fourth, fifth, even seventh, eighth year that are going crazy. But the thing about it, y'all, is we have to just take a second to acknowledge that what we're seeing is not normal. This isn't something that happens every day in sports. And this actually isn't something that the NBA is accustomed to. Guys in their 17th, 18th, 19th, 23rd year, like doing things that are just unimaginable. And so we have to take the time to really give these legends their just due. Give these, what would we call them, Chill? Super vets?
Yes.
I don't know what to call somebody that's in their 18th year that's still breaking records, climbing up scoring lists. We got guys like James Harden. We got guys like Steph Curry, even though he's been out, he's broke a couple records this year. We can even show Draymond Green a little bit of love. DeMar DeRozan, and we don't even have to mention the obvious names, but we're going to. Kevin Durant, LeBron James. Like, these guys are doing phenomenal things, and I want to make sure that we give these legends their flowers while they are still here and while they're still cooking live in the NBA. Fellas, what name do you guys want to start with? Because there's been a lot of records that have been broken this season, and I just want to make sure that we highlight all of these for the people that aren't really they're not privy to what's really going on and like how much of a historical year this has been.
I want to start with KD.
Start with KD.
I want to start with what KD has been doing. I mean, I think it's been, for a guy that's been around as long as KD's been around, it's unfortunate. I just found this out. I want to say yesterday, Mars, I just found this out. KD has missed in his career a total of 308 games. I think that if he plays half of those, he's past Malone. If he plays half of those games, I think he's closer to. I think he's either close to Malone or he's past Malone on the scoring list. And when we talk about bucket getters, we're talking about guys who just put the ball in the basket. I mean, Kevin Durant is at the top of that list. Swiper, when I was coming up, like, we didn't have guys at this age doing what these guys are doing. Russell Westbrook is in year, he'll be 38 in November. He's got over 27,000. Yeah, he'd be 38 in November. Yeah, he's got over 20. He's got over 27,000 points. Steph Curry's got over 25,000 points. James Harden is going to hit the 30,000 point mark next year. KD is moving up the list. I mean, that wasn't going on when I was younger. When I say that I think we're going to get to. I think we're getting to a space where like 25,000 points, 20,000 points, like, won't be that big of a deal as much as it used to be. I think these guys are great. I do. I think that what I'm seeing from these guys is nothing short of fantastic.
Hey, Chill, is that a skill set thing, or are these players taking care of themselves better? Like, or just on average, are these players, I don't know, rehabbing better, doing the proper recovery post game? Is that something that has to do with this longevity that we're seeing from especially from this level of basketball player? Like, this longevity from guys like KD and shit. I mean, obviously Bron, guys like that, or was players trying to play through certain things? Was that the wrong thing to do, or is it a little bit of both? Like, how are we seeing this level of play at this age from these players?
I do think it's a level. I do think it's a combination of the two, Ox. I think that the skill set has definitely advanced a lot of these guys. I think the ball handling is a lot different. I think that the evolution of the offense has made it better for guys to be able to score. In addition to that, I do think that, being able to move without people putting hands on you, I think that that's enhanced guys' game. But in addition to that, I think that you have guys like KD. I mean, Russell, I don't think we talk nearly as much, Ron. Russell Westbrook is a phenomenal athlete. Like, if you look at his body and how he takes care of himself, like, you can't play that long and have that kind of game and still be around. Like, Russell Westbrook takes great care of his body, and I love that about him. And I think James wrote the blueprint on if you can stick around for a long time, as long as you can change your game with the times, like James did, like KD did, like Russell Westbrook did. I think that you're going to be around for a long time. So I do think it's a combination of the two, Ox.
Yeah, well, KD just jumped up to 5 on the all-time scoring list, which is ridiculous. Past Michael Jordan. He's right behind Kobe. I know Mars has outlined a couple times how close he is to actually jumping Kobe as well. And so, like, that in and of itself is ridiculous. I mean, like, you know, I give KD a lot of, you guys know. But, like, we all know KD is who he is.
We all know 1,300 points, Ron. He's about 1,300 points behind Bryant. He'll catch him next season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, like, and I expect KD to still be the KD of this season, next season. Like, I don't see like a big drop off. And I think he could play at this level for 2 or 3 more seasons, which even goes to just like the longevity nowadays. Like, we're not used to this. This isn't normal, y'all.
Yeah. He will play in the 2028 Olympics. I believe that. I think he's going to do it because he looks to be still very much himself in, I think, the ways that matter. So I could see that.
So what would that be? Gifted 5 Olympics that he's played in, or 6? Is that 5?
I think it's 5, right, y'all?
He was on the 08 team.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. Not the 08, 12.
Okay, I'm sorry. He was on the 12 team. Okay. He was on the 16 team. No, he wasn't on the 16 team, was he? He didn't. He was. He did play in the summer 16. He did play.
He's played every Olympics since 2012. He's played every.
Okay, so he's been on every last one of them. So that's 12, 16. 20, which is 21, which was in Japan, and then so if he plays in Los Angeles, that'll be 5.
Yep.
Wow, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
Very impressive.
Yes. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Gifted, that he will play. I mean, let's see. He'll be 37 in September, so that's 2 years. So we're looking at 38, 39. Yeah, 39. Even though James played in the Olympics at 39, so I mean,
I think he's crazy enough to want to do it.
Yeah, why is he
loves basketball so much? I think he would. You know,
is it ridiculous enough for me to think that he couldn't play in the Olympics at 39? James did it. I mean, why is it ridiculous to think that he couldn't do it? Yeah. Now, to your point, Ron.
I was gonna say, unless there's a crazy drop off from KD in the next 2 seasons, I mean, we'll probably need that mid-range scorer, you know what I'm saying, to come get down with us in 28.
But see, Ox, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. I mean, you and I had this conversation a year ago during the Olympics. Like, do we need KD? Just like I was saying, do we need James and do we need Curry? Like these old dudes, do we need these guys? Don't we have younger guys that can usher in a new era of Olympic basketball? But on the other side of that, I mean, KD at 38, 39 years old, if he's still better than, half the guys in the league and he still wants to play, how can I not give him an opportunity? It's a little tricky.
I don't know if it's necessarily just about being better as much as it is about roster construction. We got to remember Derek White was on the team. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think it's more so just about roster construction. And if Kevin Durant can still score efficiently in the mid range the way he does, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't have him on the team. You know, so. And I mean, just like last year, I don't like we talked about it before. I think we could have put out a different team and still won, or not last year, but the last Olympics. I think we could have put out a different team and still won. Like, I don't think we necessarily needed Steph Curry, but if you can have Steph Curry, you always have Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like
if you can set the deck, we do it. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yo, Swiper, Mars, Real Talk. I know you guys are all big KD fans. Would you guys like to chime in on what the record that KD just broke?
Yeah, let me pass on Michael Jordan special. KD is 3 years older than me, so we would have grown up in the same era and watched the same players, and so breaking Jordan's record for anybody that was like growing up watching him would have been incredible. And so I think that is that's an all-time feat. Yeah, he's obviously going to be, rather nonchalant about it because KD's used to breaking all kind of records. But I mean, passing Mike in anything is special. And when you start your NBA career, especially how he did, coming out of Texas, and you walk into the league, you're averaging 30 by the time you're in your third year, 21 years old, and for you to be able to keep up like this all-time torrid pace of scoring that you've been able to do. It's incredible. And I think KD is one of the best basketball players ever. He's one of the best scorers ever. And for him to be doing this on another team that's contending for the playoffs, that's one thing about KD. People can say what they want. He always is on a winning team, and that always has something to do with him. That's just not a lot you can say about a lot of people that can say I can walk into the league and be, 20 to 37, and every time I'm playing on a team, I'm the best player or the second best player, and we're competing for the playoffs every single year with title expectations, when we're healthy. So yeah, he's a spectacular player, and I think when we all get done watching his career, we're all just going to be taken aback with like the level of grace that he played with. And obviously we're not even talking about peak KD anymore. We're just talking about like a very good KD who's an all NBA player. And so for him to be this good and doing it the way that he's doing it, and still like hitting clutch baskets, in 2026, I remember watching him and Melo go back and forth like in 2009, like that was the Jeff Green, Nick Collison era. And for him to just be doing this, like I went from playing in college football to I'm, working in the NBA, and he's still doing the same thing.
After he tore his Achilles too, at that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mars, we live in a space where everything is right now, right? We live in the most information-friendly spaces. And a lot of people look at Kevin Durant for what he is today. Mars, they forget like what he used to be. Like seeing how good he is now. Like Ron just said it. Not just Ron, I'm sorry. Gifted just said it. I expect him to play at this level for another 2, maybe 3 more years. So we're talking about a Kevin Durant who can play at this level, Ron, at 38. I can still average 25 a game. I can still average 25 plus a game at 38, 39 years old. I say that to say, Mars, what does that say about what he used to be?
Oh, I mean, I think he's the second best scorer ever. I think his body of work as a scorer is getting to the point where LeBron is kind of the gold standard of longevity, but like KD to me is the next one up. Especially when you factor in the career-altering injuries. We know what a torn Achilles does for many athletes and how he's managed to bounce back from that. I think obviously just leaving LeBron out of it, I don't know how you just say there's other guys with like definitively better longevity than whatever he's doing. Like he passed Michael Jordan, and it wasn't like he's washed and he's just inching past the finish line. It's like, no, this guy's still one of the 15 best players on the planet, passing Michael Jordan in scoring while still being elite. He's averaging 25, 26. Like this is not shades, but when Kobe passed MJ, it was already after the torn Achilles, and he was limping to the end, and that's normal for a torn Achilles. KD kind of
and a guy that age too, Mars. And a guy
exactly, and he was.
Well, we're talking about Kevin Durant.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not shade, but we got it
Right.
So like, and that's normal. What KD's kind of rewritten what's normal for a torn Achilles. Like we've watched Jason Tatum tear his Achilles, and the reason there was so much optimism around Tatum is because of Kevin Durant. The reason why there's optimism around guys like Tyrese Halliburton is because we've seen Kevin Durant come back and look as great as he has. If he wasn't that story for these modern players, like everyone who tore their Achilles has kind of said they've either reached out to Kevin Durant in some capacity or been talking to him and just trying to like learn from him, because he is, for especially this era, we know what Dominique did back in his time, but for this era, he is the story of you can come back from this and still be elite. He obviously wasn't peak KD, but there was things that I do think he peaked in after his Achilles. I think his jump shot became the best it ever was after his Achilles. I think he's now a better shooter than he's ever been, just pure jump shooting. And I think like that type of like growth and continuing to get better and refine your game, where even if you are taking a step back athletically or multiple step back, if you go and watch younger KD, but still finding ways to be effective, still finding ways to refine your craft, like that dedication to the game is something that you can't teach. That like you have to be dedicated to your craft. The rehab process, like he's had 2, like I said, career altering injuries, and he's come back from both of them and been elite the whole time. We're in year 18,
He showed up
19.
in 07. He showed up in 07.
He's been around for so long and he's been elite for so long. Like he's 6th all time in points per game, not points scored,
It's wild.
points
Yeah.
per game. And he's in year 18. And the only guys above him have all played less games than him. MJ and Wilt both played over 1,000 games, so like you can give it to them, shout out to them.
Sure.
But everyone else has played less than 900 games, and KD's at nearly 1,200.
Yeah.
That's how many games he's played, and he's 6th all time in points per game. Like
Right.
he's just been putting the ball in the basket for as long as we can remember. There hasn't been a time I've been watching basketball where KD has been one of the best scorers on the planet. There hasn't been a time I've really been conscious on this earth, like understanding the world, where KD hasn't been averaging 25. That's how long.
That's all you know, Mars. Is that what you're saying? That's
Yeah.
all you know.
The longevity is really ridiculous.
I also have Kevin Durant as one of the best scorers of all time. As far as just a skill set and accuracy standpoint, probably number one. The only reason why I may have some sort of pushback towards that is like a playoff translation, especially like without the Golden State years. But even that, he's still fantastic in the playoffs. But ladies and gentlemen, the last time Kevin Durant shot sub 50% from the field was 2012, in which he shot 49.6% from the field.
That's 50.
We rounding up. Yeah, we rounding up.
Rounding up.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that's been, 50+% from the field, basically 35+% from three for what? 14
His career,
years now,
basically.
or whatever. He's just one of the best shooters of all time, one of the best scorers of all time. We'll probably never see this combination of skill, athleticism, and physical tools again. Every time there's a 6'9", 6'10 plus guy that can shoot and handle the ball a little bit, they get a Kevin Durant comparison, and they never live up to being the next Kevin Durant, because this is a blend of talent that we quite frankly have never seen, and it's going to be a long time until we see again. So salute to Kevin Durant. Just passed up one of his heroes, Michael Jordan, and he's one of the GOATs, man. One of the greatest players and one of the greatest scorers to ever dribble a basketball.
Real talk. We weren't like when Mars talked about Bryant, because I could say the same. Just so you know, that year with Dominique Wilkins, that was it. Like that one year that he got busy after he tore his Achilles, he wasn't the same Nick after that. Like he came back that one year and gave you like 30 a game, but he wasn't the same after that. So like we weren't trying to like throw any shade at Bryant. It was just that guys that age, like when you tear your Achilles, that's kind of what we expect older guys. And when Nick did that, I think Nick was like 30. He was, let's see, that was in 92. So he was like 31, 32 years old. So after that one year, that was it from him. But to your point, and you kind of stole some of my thunder when you talk about KD, like we talk a lot about guys being compared to other guys. Like this guy's the next Lajuan. This guy's the next, great guard. I'm not sure in my lifetime I'm going to see a bucket getter like this again. Like a 6'10 guy with that kind of skill set, that kind of guy whose game isn't predicated on flight and athleticism, to be able to just raise up over guys, be able to create that kind of space and be the consummate bucket getter where you don't have to worry ever about going into a drought, because you know that at any point I could just give him the ball and we could get something going. I don't think I'm going to see that again in my lifetime from a guy that size.
And you can stop with the 6'10", because that brother is at least 6'11 and a half.
My buddy.
Yeah.
No, my buddy is my buddy that I introduced y'all to in Indiana, Roy. He's 6'7", and he met Kevin Durant. I've never seen Kevin Durant close up. I've seen games with Kevin Durant. I've been in the arena, but I've never seen. He told me he was like Jay, he legit 7 foot.
Yeah.
Is he that big? He's like, yo, he's legit 7 foot. So.
Hey, and the thing too, I think Mars, you brought this up. I just want to reiterate this to the people in the chat too, talking about MJ retired. Like he only played 100 more games than KD so far. Like I know that's a whole season, but like that's not like it's not like he played like. I mean KD. I'm sorry, KD only played 100 more games than MJ. You know what I'm saying? It's
That's a
not like,
season, the playoffs. Yeah, I could get with that.
yeah, it's a season, but it's not like they're trying to make it seem like he's played 300, 500 more games. Like he played 112 more
Right.
games. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
not-
don't think anyone's passed
it's
MJ
a lot,
quicker.
but it's not really.
I might be wrong, but I don't think
Right.
anyone's passed MJ quicker. It might be LeBron because LeBron was also averaging like 27 for his career. But it's one of those two in terms of passing
Yeah.
MJ in fewer games. And also, there's only been 3 people who have ever passed MJ in scoring, and that's Bron, Kobe, and KD. Because Kareem and Malone had already said it before MJ had got to his mark. So
Right.
when those are the 3 who have ever got past MJ, and obviously seeing the level that KD's still at, I think 3 is on the table. That's what I think. I think 3 is on the table for him. And if he can get there, that'd be great.
Ron, that's why I think that this era
3,
of basketball,
like,
yeah, passing,
Malone?
like getting them
Yeah,
alone.
I think 3. I think 3 is on
Wow.
the table. Yeah,
I wasn't even considering it.
Well, Ron, you figure
he's 4,600 away, which is about 3 more seasons of Kevin Durant, assuming he's Kevin Durant. So it's
Yeah.
tough, but I think it's on the table. I don't think it's
Yeah.
impossible.
Hey,
It's
I really hope
attainable.
he goes and gets that too. Like and like we had this conversation, like I think it was last Friday, about like if LeBron was to get another ring, and I don't want to rehash that conversation, but if LeBron was to get another ring and a Finals MVP, what would that do for his legacy? Now, this isn't another ring for KD if he jumps to number 3 on that scoring list. But you guys remember, it was at a moment in time where like that passing Karl Malone was considered like impossible. Like that's something you don't even think of as an NBA player, you know?
Mhm.
It's almost like living to 100 years old. Like, yeah, we all want to live to an old age, but 100, yeah, whatever.
You're not doing that.
Like that, yeah, that's how crazy that is, like to touch Karl Malone's record. So like if KD does jump to number 3 on that list and passes Karl Malone, I'm going to look at him in a completely different light. Completely different light. Due to longevity, due to just like obviously he is the bucket getter he is, and we know that, but like in order to be able to do that, like you are a special type of person. And once
So
again,
a big number 5 isn't it, or being number 4,
no.
whatever it
That's
is.
Plenty, real
that's-
talk. It's
no,
plenty.
that's-
Thank you very much.
no, number 5 is crazy.
Understanding,
Passing
like-
Jordan's crazy. Passing Kobe's crazy. But passing Malone is like,
Yeah, it's
Real
not about
talk.
the caliber of player. I would argue. I don't know KD personally. He might just say, "Oh, just getting higher up the list means more." But I think for like a lot of scorers, especially in today's game, like I'm sure MJ and Kobe is like that means a lot to pass them. But it's not about it's more about like there was a big gap between what Kobe set and what Karl Malone set in terms of the number. It's 33,000 to 36,000. Being able to get all the way up to 36,500, that's a lot of points. Like
That's a lot of
Plus,
buckets.
missing,
Yeah.
plus,
that's
But
passing
when Ron
Kobe
said,
and then playing 2 more years at like 25, 27 points per game. That's ridiculous.
I get it, but when Ron says, like, and again, this is
Here
like
we go,
compared
man.
to
Here we
the
go.
other conversation, is I'm going to look at him in a different light. What different light? Like what?
I mean,
real
you
talk.
know
We're
Ron
talking
a
about
hater,
being
though,
able.
so
No,
like-
wait a minute. No.
That's a big
that's
deal. Like that's a
real
big
talk.
deal.
I'm not
what
saying
he's
it's
saying.
not a
Deal.
big deal. What is the
big deal, real talk.
What is
What's the
Kevin
difference?
Durant
The
now?
light-
What?
the light-
Here's the light, though.
level
Yeah,
of score?
The light,
Like
that
real-
is a different
Go
light.
ahead,
That is
I'm sorry.
100% a different light of scoring. 100%. That is a
Think about that for a
big
second.
gap.
Real talk. Like to
Come
be
on,
able
real
to be
talk.
to be able to be able
Wrap
to
your
say
mind
that
around it.
it's only 2 dudes in
Wrap
NBA
your
history
mind
who
around
scored more points than me, as opposed to 3 or 4. That's a huge deal. To be able to say that, yo, I am 3rd all time on the scoring list. Only 2 dudes in NBA history have scored more points than me. And on top of that, the one dude that's in front of me, who is Jabbar, he held the record for 40 years.
I
And
hear
then the
that.
other-
But I'm
and then the
saying,
other-
what is this different light?
How do you change
I
your
don't-
view on him
what
as a player?
What is?
Yeah.
It's
That's
not.
what I'm
It's not.
saying,
It's
like,
not
what-
that. It's not. It's not that he's a better. It doesn't make him a better player. It's just a better. It's a bigger accomplishment.
I ain't know you
That's
started
all.
talking for Ron.
thank you,
I'm
Ox.
t- I'm
No,
talking-
Ox said it so
I'm t-
eloquently.
I'm
for me.
I know
telling
you
the
was up
truth.
in.
No, I got Ox on my payroll. Thank you,
Well,
Ox.
you heard.
what I
I'm
pay
just
you
telling
for.
the truth. I don't care. I don't care who say it. It's the truth. Like y'all.
Yeah.
This is the same shit y'all tried to do with the whole LeBron James shit the other day. Like
Oh.
this might it don't matter. It don't matter if he's like it matters not that he's a better player. It's just it's a better accomplishment. Like how do y'all keep trying to downplay this shit to make it seem like, oh, well, he's just this good. That's no big deal. Like that's a huge the past.
No, nobody said it
incredible.
wasn't a big deal. I'm saying he's already, to me, again, he's already the best or second best scorer I've ever seen. So him getting 3,000 more points isn't going to change. He's already at the top of the list.
Real talk, this next 3,000 wasn't the first 3,000. And it wasn't the 3,000 after 10,000. This next 3,000 is like, in order to get this, you got to be built differently. Like,
what'd you say, Mars? Where we at? 4,600?
In order to get to the
4,600.
33 post-torn
gotta be built
Achilles, you
differently.
have to be built differently.
No, for
That's
sure.
You already
And
have to be built differently.
No, for sure. And he gets his credit for that too. But I'm saying this next one, because like you got to factor in too. So Carmelo's third on the list. It's not just the fact that two people have only done this. It's the fact that the next two people didn't do it. So Kobe was gunning for that. You know, Kobe, the way he was built, he wanted to be number one in everything. Kobe in 20 years wasn't able to get to Karl Malone. Jordan never got to Karl Malone. And everybody else never got to Karl Malone. And so, like, for KD to be able to do that, do what Kobe couldn't do what Jordan couldn't do, and it's like just him and Bron in the modern era, or in the era that we're in now, it's like it just puts it's special. It's beyond special.
So
On top of that, he not catching Malone. Let's just start it out there.
He'd have to average 25 a game for the next
For like
3
4
years.
years, right?
Mars,
Yeah,
I literally just did the numbers. You told me it's
It ain't
4,600
happening.
points. I'm going off at minimum. At minimum, I'm getting 65 games from him over the next 3 years. He's got to give me 24 a game over the next 3 years.
That's what I said. It's doable. It's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say long shot because I don't know how he's gonna decline. Like, you know,
Sure.
Father Time can hit at any point. Like,
Right.
you might wake up and KD scoring 18, just like.
Right.
But I definitely think it's in the realm of possibility. And coming off a torn Achilles, saying that 10 years later he would have got to third all time in scoring, I wouldn't have really expected that.
Ron, I
But
don't think
he
that
might
we
do it.
talk nearly as much about the longevity of these guys. Like, I don't think I'm gonna see that again in my lifetime, to be quite honest with you. I mean, guys, the reason why these guys are at the top of the list the way that they are is because they played as much as they did. You know, I've said this to you in the past, Ron. James got 15 years playing on average 75 games a season, right? KD ended up missing 300 games, but he still played a lot before that injury. Like, he still got Russell Westbrook before that, but Russell Westbrook, before he ended up getting his meniscus torn, he was averaging like 80 games a season. Like, these guys play a lot. Like, I don't know, with the invention of load management and taking care of guys' body in terms of holding them out, I don't know if I'm going to get 7, 8, 10 years of 80 games from these guys, because that's what it's going to take. Like, you're not going to be able to do this playing. You're not going to be able to do this playing, 55, 60 games for 10 years. No, that's not enough. You got to play more. And I think that this is a testament to these guys, James, Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Curry. Like, these guys played a lot of games. I'm not sure if I'm going to see that again.
Hey, before we do
Well, too, I
move
think
on
it's-
to the
I think
next
it's
old
clear to
head,
see.
go ahead. Ox.
Yeah, let's not move on yet. Well, we can move on, but the thing is,
No,
man,
do your thing.
I think
we can talk about
no,
KD.
yeah. Well, this wasn't about KD. It is about KD, but it's about everybody we're going to talk about today. Like, I think everybody knows that, millennials are the best basketball players. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think it's quite clear to see. Like, the millennials, like, definitely the best hoopers. You know what I'm saying? That them 80s, 90s babies. Grew up playing 21. You know what I'm saying? When there was 4 people on the court, we didn't play twos. We ran 21 instead. You know what I mean? It just made us just better hoopers. You know what I'm saying? And so with being better hoopers and then being able to play a little longer, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? It's just obvious to me. What do you think, Chill? I mean,
Chill. Don't let them talk about the baby boomers like that. And then also you gen alphas up here. Don't let him do that. Do you guys like that?
But it has a lot to do. It has a lot to do because who we were watching growing up. Like when we were youngsters, who was on the TV that we were watching. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Jordan. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just a lot. You know, we grew up watching the GOATs.
Yep.
And it just, you know what I'm saying? And
I think the
better
skill set
hoopers for it.
changed. I do. I think the skill set changed. I'm a Gen X, as you know. Yep. I'm Gen X, and I think that the skill set changed as I know that sounds crazy, Mars. Yes, but the skill set changed as time went on, and yeah, I am a little bit more partial to the era of basketball player that I grew up watching, because of the fact that that guy cared more about his game than the other stuff. The other stuff came later. So I care about that dude who was on the floor worrying about, am I better than you? Not the other stuff that's going on off the floor. Now, as far as being a better basketball player, I think that the skill set has definitely changed. I can't argue that. As much as I want to say that, Alex English and Bird and Bernard King and guys like that, I think that they're fantastic players. But I'd be disingenuous if I'm sitting up here acting like guys from 40 years ago couldn't compete, but that the skill set isn't better. I'd be disingenuous if I said that. I do think that those guys could compete, but I do think that the skill set is better today. And I think that I'm not sure that the athlete is way above, but I do think that the skill set is better.
We do be gassing that athlete thing.
Nah, it's plenty. I don't do that with the athlete. I mean, Bill Russell was a world-class athlete. And that dude was in the 60s. He was a world-class athlete. Absolutely, he was.
Well, as far as like on average, it probably is more athletic. Well, not probably. It is more athletic. But like the athletic guys of their time, like, are definitely good enough athletes to play today. It's not
Just from an athletic standpoint.
big of a difference.
Yo, but
I'm just saying though, for real, like I really do believe that group of guys, like the millennial, like if you're late 80s to mid 90s, late 90s, I think that's just a group of straight bucket getters though.
I mean, we had bucket getters growing up too, Ox. I mean, those guys are an extension.
Oh,
I just think that the
God.
skill set was better, and I do think that we have an opportunity to see these guys more. But we had bucket getters in the 80s. We had bucket getters in the 90s. Right. I mean, I think that these guys get to it. I think that these guys get to it a little bit differently. Now, I will say, Ron, and I will say, I would like to see these dudes get downhill more, and instead of calling guys over for screens, like let me see that ball handling ability, and let me see you break down a guy and get by a guy instead of bringing a screen up 65 feet away from. I'm 65. I'm sorry, like 35 feet away from the basket to get around a guy. Like, you nice enough with the peel, you can beat a guy off the dribble. Let me see that. Because as much as I sit up here and talk to you guys about these guys today, I saw Mark Price beat a guy off the dribble. John Stockton beat guys off the dribble, right? Isaiah Thomas, these guys beat guys. Yes, Mars, beat these guys off the dribble.
Like
Sorry for blinking, my bad.
The blink made that blink made chill bad as hell. That blink made chill rage.
I seen that blink.
You brought up
blink was
two players that are heavy pick and roll players.
Yes, they are heavy. Yes, they are heavy pick and roll players, but they also are guys who beat guys off the dribble too. It wasn't like that was the pick and roll was a heavy dose of our offense, but you still also had to beat a guy off the dribble to get downhill. Even you had to be able to attack a closeout, and these guys were able to do that. I think that with one of the gripes that I have today with a lot of these league guards and a lot of these skilled perimeter guys is that they call for screens a lot, 25, 30 feet away from the basket, instead of beating guys off the dribble, breaking guys down. Like, I'd like to see more De'Aaron Foxes in the league. If you're telling me that this skill set is what it is, I'd like to see more of that.
Is there anything that anybody else wants to highlight about Kevin Durant? Has he broke any other records this year? Was it just the scoring?
That was it. That was it.
KD?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd assume so.
Yeah,
he's passed Dirk this year as well. Like he's passed up a couple people this year.
And
yeah,
Dirk was
shout out
hanging
to KD.
around.
Go ahead.
And Dirk was hanging around. Dirk hung around way longer than he should have. You guys remember what Dirk was in that last year or 2 years. And I hate to say it, Ox, because he looked like he probably hung around a year or two longer than he should have. Because I remember what Dirk was in terms of the bucket getter. He could barely just, get a mid-range shot off in that last year or 2 years. So
Yeah,
I'm good.
Dirk and KG. I was just like, man, I wish I would just get the hell out of here. Like, this is killing me.
Yeah, because I'm so used to remembering who you were and what you were about. So yeah, I get it.
KD said he wasn't gonna play if he didn't think he could be good. So I don't think you're gonna get them 15 points per game, 42% from the field, Kevin Durant seasons, which could like still boost his numbers. I can still give you 1,000 points on the year, but I don't know if you're gonna get those years from KD. Like even Kareem, Kareem stopped averaging 20 and like 87.
Yeah.
Kareem stopped averaging 20 in like 86, 87 or whatever. He still played like 3 more years after that. And he averaged like 3.5. He put up like another 3,500 points.
Well, Jabbar
Without
played,
those 3 years, he's below Karl Malone.
Well, Jabbar
So,
played.
you know,
Jabbar played because he had to, though, Mars. Jabbar didn't play because he wanted to. Jabbar, his house burned down. He wasn't really making that kind of bread. So he ended up playing a couple more years more than he probably wanted to. He probably would have quit if he wasn't in that if he wasn't in that position. So he had to play.
shout out to you,
That
Kareem.
fool
Do
ain't
what
have
you gotta do.
insurance.
Man, that's tough.
Well, anyways, enough on the GOAT. Before we move off of KD, I do want to ask, do you guys think it's another team that he's going to go to so he could pass Karl Malone?
You asking us to see how Supersonics prop? Is that what you're asking for?
No. I'm asking.
That's exactly what you asking, Ron.
No,
That's
I'm
Does
exactly
he
not.
make
what
it
you
to
asking, Ron.
Sonics, you think?
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
not.
That's 28, 29.
He's asking
Ooh,
us,
that's a long
is
time.
Kevin Durant going to be trying to get on a
Team
super
hopping.
team again?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
team
Team
hopping.
hopping,
That's
yeah.
what he's doing.
I'm just.
Going
Well,
to
I
the
know. I'm
Lakers.
saying he's chasing longevity. You got it. Karl Malone did that when he got older.
He did it one time,
Mhm.
Ron.
He did it though.
Yeah.
He did it. He did
The
it one
basketball
time.
gods had other plans. Yeah, take that
Yeah.
one injury in your whole
They
career.
work out.
Can you believe that, Mars? That was the only like major
Yes,
injury he
yeah,
ever
that's
had
what you get.
in
Yeah,
year
some
20.
people don't deserve rings. Some people don't deserve
In
rings.
year
Yes.
20.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah, Brian. No, I could see him going back to OKC.
No.
Okay.
Would they welcome him back?
No.
Yeah,
Mars,
would they?
wouldn't.
Why not?
Yeah,
But
but they
shit,
still
it's KD.
doing
I mean, yeah, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
according to this generation, that wasn't a big deal.
Mm-mm. There's some
Not
people.
what was on
when
There's
you
some
go
people in Oklahoma City that still cut deep about what he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
yes,
some
it
people-
is. You
there's some
damn
people
right.
that's- there's some people that still
I
cut deep.
can't speak for the people of Oklahoma City and how
I
they feel
can't.
about it. But
But you know
I'll say
what, though?
I don't think it's a big deal. But shit, they do. I know that.
Right, but
Yeah.
but on top of that though, Mars, like if I'm the ownership, the general managers of OKC, and I see this Kevin Durant, and if he wants to come on home, I don't give a shit how the fans feel. Come on, nigga,
I don't hate it.
run that.
Yeah, I don't hate it. To be honest with you, I really don't. I don't hate it. So
All right. Well, before we get to any other of these old heads that are just going ballistic right now and continuing to do the impossible, continuing to hoop, continuing to play and show up every night and break these records, I do want to let you guys know about a place where you can break records. And that's on Splash Sports. This is the best app out there, especially if you're into DFS games, and especially if you're into making money, and especially if you know ball. Because if you know ball, you can leverage that and get paid from the knowledge that you do have. Now, when you download the Splash Sports app and when you use code CHOICE, you will instantly get $50. Now, can you guys please type this in the chat if you know somewhere that you can just go there, type in a code, and instantly get $50. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. When you use code CHOICE, you will get $50 instantly on Splash Sports. But that's not even the best part about this whole thing, because as we know, the playoffs are right around the corner. The NBA is heating up, and this is your opportunity to get in on the action. And you can do that with quick picks on Splash Sports because it is the best DFS game that's out there. Splash Sports has the highest multipliers, unlike these other platforms or other apps where you can only get 20 times what you put in. On Splash Sports, you can get the highest multiplier, which is 50. Yes, y'all, 50 times what you put in. So you can get a free $50 and you can win up to 50 times what you put in. It doesn't get too much better than that. And last but certainly not least, it's you against other real people. Like imagine you locked in a room and you got to compete against Swiper for his basketball knowledge, that's easy money. Imagine you locked in a room and you got to compete against Real Talk in his basketball knowledge. That's easy money. Imagine you in I don't even got to finish that sentence. That's easy money. So what I'm saying is, you guys are in the chat every day. You guys talk ball every day. You guys watch ball every day. You might as well take that basketball knowledge that you have, compete against other real fans, real people, not a sports book or an algorithm. Beat those people, take their money, and also get the highest multipliers in the game. We're going to show you guys how it's done right here, right now on the panel, because this is what we do on a daily basis. We show you guys how to leverage your basketball knowledge and how to make some money. So let's go ahead, Big Ox. Cue this up. We do have a pretty good game tonight, right?
Which one?
We have a team that's looking for their 10th straight victory, you know. Hey, until the Los Angeles Lakers lose, I'm not taking his jersey off. All right. So
no.
We gonna go ahead and put our money.
This is terrible.
Showtime, baby.
What's
Showtime. We gonna put our money on these Showtime Lakers, baby. Let's go ahead and do it.
Oh my goodness.
Let's get people
Me
what they
working
want.
stats are over.
How did we
like
get here, Real Talk? How did we get here?
I don't know, but he need to take that jersey off.
Nah, Real Talk. You need to put your jersey on. Take it off that wall and put it on your back.
You got your jerseys back there.
Yeah. You white, you wearing them. Huh? Not a real fan.
Mr. Big
no,
Ox,
fact.
can I take a look at Mr. Jalen Duran's rebound line?
Oh, yeah, no Kate Cunningham. Somebody got to.
Mm-hmm. I got 10.5 rebounds from Jalen Duran. I will take them all on that, big fella. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I will take.
Damn, Arthur, I'm officially a clown. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So only clowns wear gold, purple and gold?
Mm-hmm.
Noted.
Watch yourself.
Real talk, Swiper, would you guys like to participate?
What's Luca's points at?
32.5.
Do the Pistons stay in the game long enough for me? Yeah, sure. Why not? Give me the 32 and a half.
You got y'all smoking them tonight? Real talk.
I mean, we're
hope
one of
not.
the best teams in the league right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is.
Ron,
I hope not, because I'm going to that game tonight.
I'm
hope
sorry,
not.
Real talk. I'm trying to listen.
Give me a
to
competitive
Ron,
game, please.
Ron triggering me with that jersey on. Like I'm about to jump on his ass in a minute, yo. Ron, take that jersey off, yo. What you doing?
Hey, until we lose, I'm not doing anything.
We,
as a matter of fact,
until we lose.
Hey, look, hey, my team ain't back yet. I could do what I want. Hey,
Oh wow.
Big Eyes, DeAndre Ayton. Would you mind typing his name in?
The big fella. What kind of line do I have from the big fella tonight? 17.5 points, rebounds.
That's it.
That's it, yo.
Hold on, go up to his PRA.
19.5 or 17.5. Yeah.
So his PRA and his points and rebounds are the same.
He's not gonna be. He not be going no assists. He not gonna get no assists.
Yo, what?
He don't swing
That's
the
actually
rock.
hilarious.
He don't swing the rock.
Oh, you taking more on that, Ox?
Yeah.
Are you taking more on that? You can if you would like.
I just thought that's what you was doing.
I think I'm gonna go Austin Reeves.
Okay.
Huh?
But if you want a DeAndre Ayton, you can do that.
I wouldn't be putting money on Austin Reeves right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, real talk. You ain't feeling Austin Reeves right now?
He been kind of trash lately.
Well, real talk, you don't have to always take the more.
You could take the less.
True.
A guy like myself, I prefer the opposite.
You can take the less. I mean, he got busy. He got busy a couple of nights ago. He did. Yeah, he got busy.
He's dealing with some kind of injury. They're saying
4.5
wrist
assists
injury.
though. Now that's something I will for sure take the more on. 4.5 assists. But we already got the less points, so that's what it is. All right, y'all. We are on Splash Sports. And once again, when you play Splash Sports, you will get $50 instantly when you use code CHOICE. Make sure to use that code. Make sure to redeem that $50. And also, make sure to put in your quick picks. As you can see right now, we got Jalen Durant going more than 10.5 rebounds. We got Luka Doncic going more than 32.5 points. He is on a tear. That is easy money. We got DeAndre Ayton. PRA, or just points and rebounds, 17.5. We're going more than that. And then we got Austin Reeves being our daily Lester today. Do what you do best, Austin. Go ahead and go less than 21.5 points. And that's how we rocking on Splash Sports. If you like our picks, use our picks, take a picture, post it on Twitter. Let us know that you copied us. If you don't like our picks, well, the opposite. Make your picks, post it on Twitter. Let us know we don't know ball. We don't know what we're talking about. And you go ahead and cash in. We hope to see you guys in the winner's circle.
If DeAndre Ayton goes 20-10 tonight, I'm going to lose it.
Shout out Aiden, man. Shout out Aiden. Before we get to these super chats, y'all, it is a couple more superstars that I do want to talk about. I want to give James Harden a little bit of credit too, because he's broken a couple records this year. He still is hooping at a high level, and he's doing his thing over in Cleveland. Is there anything in specific with James Harden that you guys want to highlight? Any records that he's broken or anything like that? He did just break the three, or just move up the three-point list, right?
Yeah.
Has he not been second the whole time?
He's been second for a while.
Yeah,
I think total scoring he went up though.
Yeah, him and Steph, the only ones above 3,000. Now Steph's at 4,200. So shout out to Steph. He's also cracked the top 10 all-time NBA scoring this year.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He passed Shaq and he passed somebody else.
He cracked the top 10 all-time points in the NBA this year. To me, the most impressive thing with Harden is the availability. He's been like the closest thing to like an NBA Iron Man of this era in terms of the amount of games he's played. Even now he's playing with obviously the minor fracture in his thumb or whatever, and he's still playing, trying to help his team win. So I think the availability alongside like the consistent excellence and the fact that he's been one of the best scoring peaks you've ever seen, but then was able to transform into like a full-time point guard over the last half a decade, is a testament to his versatility and his greatness. He's probably not going to get the respect that he deserves, especially while he's still playing, because obviously hasn't won and, the playoff shortcomings and whatnot. But I think maybe once he's gone and he's retired, people will start to appreciate a bit more what he's been able to bring to the game. I think he's changed the game. And he's also creeping up on the top 10 all time in assists. He's about 200 away from Isaiah Thomas. So he'll get into the top 10, and him and Braun, I think, will be the only ones who are top 10 in both. So that'll be historic when he does that sometime next season.
Yeah, he still has to pass Moses Malone too to jump in the top 10, but that's like
That's NBA ABA combined, right? That's what that one is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is, huh? Oh no, it is.
Oh, it
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But he gonna break into the top 10 scoring NBA ABA combined and top 10 assists, which will be amazing when he does that.
So he's got 10 seasons, with the exception of the lockout season in 2012 and COVID shutting the season down in 20, and in 2021 when we also had the shortened season. What do we had? 60. What do we have?
21 was the only year where he seriously got hurt. That was the hamstring. Every other year he's been extremely available.
We got 10 seasons, Ron, where he's played 90% of the games. That's 9 out of 10 games he's playing. Like, a lot of guys can't say that they're doing that. Like, that's the consummate Iron Man. On top of that, I mean, to be able to say that I'm a part of the 30,000 point, I'm a part of the 30,000 point. I'm a part of the 30,000 point, almost 10,000 assist club. I don't think he could possibly get to 10,000 assists. He's like 1,200 assists away. I don't think James is going to play that long. I'd be surprised if Harden played that long. But to be a part of the 30,000 point, almost 9,000, he's going to be a part of the 9,000 assist club. That's better than Oscar Robertson, right? That's better than Oscar Robertson. And I mean, I think that's a big deal for James Harden. mean, to be able to score 30,000 points, I mean, I don't think we talk nearly as much about, how significant that is. James Harden showed up in 2009, and he was a rotation guy. Like, James Harden wasn't the man when he showed up. It wasn't like James Harden showed up in Oklahoma City, gave him the ball. No, he was a rotation guy, and he didn't become James Harden until he actually left and went to Houston. And then we found out who he really was, because I'd be lying if I said that I knew James Harden was going to be that when he got to Houston. I did not know he was going to be that kind of bucket getter. So, again, which goes back to my original point, Ron, these guys play in games. When you got 10 years where you're playing 9 out of every 10 games, like, that matters. That 100% matters.
James Harden had that 55-point game this season, right?
Yeah,
He did.
Charlotte.
Where's the Hornets?
That's what I was thinking about. So he got the Clippers all-time scoring record, and then I believe it's Houston all-time scoring record too.
I assume so. 61 he had in Houston.
Yeah.
Olajuwon didn't do that. Calvin Murphy didn't do that. Nah, nobody else did that.
So
Except him.
I think it's him and Bron are the only two to have the all-time scoring record for two different franchises.
So he got it for Houston, and he's also got it for the Clippers too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Yeah. But wait a minute.
That sounds correct.
No. He's the first player in NBA history to hold the single game scoring record for two.
Oh yeah, shout out to Bam. Shout out to Bam. Yeah, shout out to Bam.
Well, he scored that.
Yeah, Bam.
Shout out to Bam.
Well, Bam Kobe. Well, Bam Kobe.
Right, because Leonard scored 50 against the Rockets. He didn't score 55, did he? He scored 50. Is that correct, Ron?
Against
Against the Pistons.
I think he got the same as KD. Oh, not KD. Harden, right? It was both 55, but that means they both have the record, I think.
I thought it was 50.
He's not breaking the Cavs record, unfortunately.
What is the Cavs record?
Donovan Mitchell 73, probably.
Yes, against the Bulls. Yeah.
That sham of a game continues.
Yes, sir.
to
And they had
He was hooping. He was hooping that game, though.
Shout out to D Mitch, man.
Shout out to D Mitch for that.
So what? So Brown don't got it for no friends.
Brown got it for Cavs either. Yeah.
D Mitch had 70 games.
Why they got it for Cavs either, bro?
That's real talk. They told Donovan Mitchell after that 73,
man.
my man, can you come on up in this room? Let me we need you to piss in this cup, because we know that you're
Like
good.
Vans came out.
We just want to make sure you ain't too good.
Crazy.
We know that you good, bro.
Hey, you notice they didn't do that to Bam.
They did not. No, they did not.
He
They
and
just
Shake.
know they just know Bam.
They
capable.
know Bam got that.
They know how he got
They know
that.
Bam got that
was
for
a
sure.
shame and a farce. That's why.
We know that you're good.
They just know that's what Bam do. That's just what Bam do.
We
You
don't
dudes
have
are
to
so
revisit.
nasty, Rod.
Hey, Bam had to go get it, man. You
I
know,
swear.
But how do y'all know they didn't test Bam?
Bron ain't got no scoring record on any.
he ain't got no
franchise. I don't
scoring
think
records, bro.
KD ain't got one either.
Well, he had it.
think.
If wait a minute, Mars.
One more time, Morris. Say that one more time.
Yeah, KD ain't a leading scorer on any team and on any franchise either. Because Russ, I think, has OKC's. Houston
does
is
have it?
hard. Houston is hard. No, Shea, I think is 55.
Nah,
I think Russ had a 57. I think.
Yeah.
And then Houston is James Harden. Phoenix is Book. Golden State is Wilt.
Yes.
So you're
What about
obviously
the
not
Nets?
breaking
And
Wilt.
Brooklyn.
Breaking no Golden State record.
The Nets. He had Kyrie had 60. Kyrie had 60 on Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the most
Yeah,
points
Kyrie
KD
has-
had?
Well,
What's
we
the most
don't-
points KD had?
55. He had
expect
55 in
KD.
Brooklyn.
And
He had
Darren Williams had
55.
57 in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, Darren Williams.
Yep.
Oh.
Darren Williams
sure,
had
yeah.
50. Darren
We
Williams.
That
don't
was
expect
against
KD
the
to have it, though.
Bobcats. I
Mhm.
believe.
All I know is they told Donovan Mitchell, my man, we know you good. We just want to make sure you ain't too good. So come on.
That was
over
a
here.
wild game, too, man.
71 is crazy. Shout out to D Mitch. Man.
Yeah. We just want to make sure you ain't too good. So come on in here and piss in this cup.
I think he hit over half his shots that game. I think
He almost had a triple double that same game.
game did real talk. Every 7-point game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
Of
he
the
basically-
3 80-point games, only one didn't. But you know, it's one of three. So you know who's being.
And he played almost the whole game too, if I'm not mistaken. Gift.
That game went to OT, so you know we got attacks. It's really
A game went to overtime, and he almost had a 71-point triple double. That's crazy.
Yes.
Extremely.
Yeah, he was
close.
swinging the rock a little bit too much. Should have just like
Yeah.
a bit.
I ain't mad at bro. I want to give Harden flowers for this. He's still amongst the top scorers at his age in isolation, and I don't think that's getting specifically enough credit for him to still be doing that at this age. I mean, year by year, he's still amongst the top players in
Look at
isolation
Ox
scoring.
Hayden, y'all. Look at Ox Hayden.
Oh, he died.
That's the thing. Chill
He's not
said he
gonna
want to
get
see.
it.
That's the thing. Chill said he want to see. Go get a bucket.
I say move. I mean,
Let's see it, yo.
I don't
Yeah, that's what
like.
he's doing. You can
I don't
say
think Harden
that's
gets
what he's doing.
enough respect in the all-time scoring conversation because again, at his peak, it's like he was averaging 18 plus isolation plays per game and was supremely efficient at that. That's hard to do, man. So I want to give him his flowers for that. Me personally,
That's impossible to do. Let's make sure.
Yeah, it's
we use
crazy.
the adjective. Ain't
Hey,
no one doing that.
What does Peak Harden look like today? I'm not asking is he better than
What?
this person and all of that. I just wanna know, like,
Ron,
Yeah,
what?
I put out a tweet about that maybe a few months
Put
back.
19 Harden in this.
James Harden, peak James Harden with Mike D'Antoni and them. I think
He would
he's
dead ass
like-
average 40.
When people say, "Oh, this guy could average 40 today,"
No, James Harden would dead
is
ass
the-
average
James
40.
Harden is the one where I
Yes.
believe he could average.
Oh my god.
what does it look like though? Like what's the scoring breakdown?
Well, the amount it's way much so James Harden playing with Mike D'Antoni as fast as they were playing, it's not nearly as much space back then as it is today. So he
Bro,
way
12.5 threes a game, probably.
and not
Like,
only
I mean,
not,
that
I mean,
year,
why
he
are
shot
we
like
talking about
14.
Harden like he played 20 years ago?
no,
I mean, we can watch 2019 and watch today and see that today
Game's
is
way
a more
different,
friendly
real
offensive
talk,
environment.
way different.
It's definitely a different offensive environment.
I mean,
What
but
Houston
the
was doing
Rockets
was
were
bad.
surely like ahead of its time in that regard.
They were ahead of his time in terms of 3-point maxing, but in terms of actual offense, it still wasn't. It's still very different. And also the way teams guarded shit was different. I think James Harden probably shoots about 14 threes a game,
Yeah.
12 free throws, and then like 26 shots a game, something like that.
I could really see 40. I can actually see James Harden.
I think 40 would be on the
Wow,
card
that's
for
crazy.
James Harden.
Wow. That's nuts, man.
Maybe 38, 39, like in that range. I mean, the calendar year of 2019, I'm pretty sure he did average 40.
He averaged 40 for a very long time, yeah.
Like
That
there was
was
like
a- that was
I
the
remember
year
I've looked
next
up before. There's like a 73 game stretch. It might have blended it in summer 2018 or it went 2019 into 2020. Something like there was a stretch in there which is damn near a whole season. He averaged 40 points per game for that stretch, or like 38 points per game in that stretch.
If you let James Harden see the 2026 Wizards,
So Mars, real
Oof.
quick, Mars.
Just for clarification, James Harden in that year, January to December, averaged 38 points a game.
Okay, it was
Yep.
78 games, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, and then over that period, he shot the ball 26 times a game. He shot 14 threes a game for 37%, which is above league average at the time. And then he shot 11 and a half free throws a game, which is 88%. So to Mars's point, that if he were to up his volume even more on the threes, he probably closer to be to 15 or 16, and then he'd be able to
Yeah.
get to the 40 range.
So from Christmas 2018 to January 25th, this is just 1 month, Mars. He went 45, 41, 41, 43, 44, 38, 32, 42, 43,
That's
38,
crazy.
57, 58, 48, 37, 61, 35, 40.
he's all back-to-back
He
games.
did that for a month.
Yeah.
He did that for an
Impressive.
entire
Right
he
out.
did that for an
we
entire
got
month.
we got to not allow history to erase what was being said about James Harden at that time.
Yeah.
He was a better scorer than
He-
Jordan. Yes.
That was being said.
That was being said.
Conversation.
That was absolutely
Loud.
being said. Yeah.
Yes.
Loud conversations.
Yeah.
That was absolutely being said.
That man was being. If we had Splash back then,
Oh
you know
my
what his
god.
projections
He's
would have
eating every
been?
night.
Every
Yeah.
night, take the
Yeah.
ball.
you know what his
Every
he's
night.
saying
Every
he's
night,
saying
take the
Luka
more,
right
chill.
now, 32 and a half. James Harden's would have been at 38 and a half. That's
Take
what his
them- and take them
projections
all.
would have been.
Yes.
Bro,
Like, it was
James
what
Harden
he was doing was
PRA
ridiculous.
that season, bro. Oh my god.
Would it be higher than Jokic's? Like today?
Yes.
I
You
think
gotta
it's because
factor
of the
in, what,
points.
37 with points.
Yeah.
10
7
assists.
points.
Okay.
With
He's
9
gonna get
assists.
like-
9 rebounds.
About probably about
He'll
37
get like 8 or 9
points,
assists.
8
Yeah.
assists, 6 rebounds, probably be around 50, 51. His PRA.
Yeah.
So around what Jokic is.
What
with
is
like
Jokic
10.
at right now?
Jokic is around 51 PRA when he's
Yeah, and Luka's at
30, 20.
what,
Luka's
49?
48 and a half today.
Yeah,
I think
Like
Luka's
right
48 and a
now,
half.
literally, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, word. Okay.
yeah, it's tough.
So he was doing
That's crazy.
from that
And I do
time,
think
from
that the thing
time.
that James Harden doesn't get enough credit for is that, and you know, some of this is his fault, but it's more so. I think the only thing that really slowed him down, if he didn't that Rockets run, if he had the benefit of being on a team that was like competent constantly and didn't have to worry about all the other nonsense around it. Because remember in 2020, 21, when he was putting on the fat suit and he faked being fat. He had like a lull for like, a little bit, but then he went to the Nets and then he went with KD and Kyrie, and he was, I think, the best player on that team for the stretch. And then he was averaging 25 and 12 on like insane efficiency. And so was Kyrie. Kyrie was technically having his best stretch of basketball of his career while he was playing with Harden, KD. But then in the playoff, if he didn't get hurt in that playoff and then try to come back and recover for the 21-22 year, and then he had the 22-23 year where he averaged 22 and 11 that season. So age caught up with James, but also his role adjusted. And so he started playing with KD and Kyrie, tried to make that work, and then he played with Embiid. And James Harden, the only thing that actually slowed him down as a scorer was he played with teammates that he wanted to elevate, and he chose to adjust his game. But had he not done that, and had he simply stayed as a scorer and stayed as and really prioritized that, in my estimation, deprioritized winning, I think he would have still been averaging 30, through 2022 at the very least. He could have
say that for sure.
Yeah.
Like I do think the one thing Harden doesn't get enough credit for is like, we go back to like how much he scores all the time, but like he dead ass is one of the best passers we've ever seen. Like he knows how to manipulate a game to a full tilt, and like he's technically speaking labeled as a shooting guard, but he's very much a point guard as well. Like he dictates possession over and over and over into the ground for the entire game. And like to have that overall responsibility where our best offense is you getting isolation baskets from the first quarter all the way to the end of the game, that speaks to like his overall endurance as a player. Like that's hard to do.
That's when Joel asked on Twitter, who's the better isolation scorer between SGA and Harden. I think that's where people are losing.
Laughable to me.
They're losing time a little bit because Harden, March put knows better than I do. I think that's a 17-18 year. SGA and Harden.
Between Harden and Shea.
No,
not even close
yeah,
for me.
Because in 17-18, I believe the number for Harden was 16 isolation attempts per game, which was more than almost every other team in the league. 18?
It was 18.
Was it more than any other team combined in the NBA?
It was more than every
and he was also more efficient than
NBA
any team was it in the NBA at the same time.
He maintained 1.1 points per possession over 18.1 isolate. Yeah,
and
so.
you guys,
he was the most efficient isolation scorer in the league.
Yeah,
on the highest volume.
And he isolated more than every team in the NBA isolated.
Yeah.
That's how crazy that is.
That was my question that I was going to ask you, Miles. In terms of players, I ain't even talking about the team. Like who was close? Who was the next guy behind?
Oh, in terms of players.
How far off were they?
So just for reference, so we'll do team first.
Okay.
James Harden was at 18 possessions. The next closest team was at 10.5.
Wow.
Just to clarify, that was
my
team.
God.
The next closest team
as a whole
10.5.
Yeah.
Also, James Harden was at 1.16 points per possession. The next closest team was at 0.98. That was the Golden State Warriors. So just so we know what's going on.
Yeah.
James Harden was more efficient than every team in isolation and isolated more than every player. And he was more efficient than every player in isolation and isolated more than everyone. So the next closest player in 2019 in terms of isolation possessions. So remember, James Harden was at 18.1. Also, James Harden leads the league in isolation possessions this year, by the way.
Don't leave that part out.
Right now.
16.4. My fault, James Harden. 16.4. My fault. I over glazed there. It was 18.1 points, I think. The next closest
points. Yeah.
The next closest possessions for James Harden, 16.4 was I'm not going to count John Wall's 32 games because that's only 32 games. The next closest was 4.9 possessions for Russell Westbrook. So he isolated 3 times as much as the next closest player.
4-8.
John Wall was at 5.6 for reference, so he still wasn't close. It's just he only played 32 games. So he isolated 3 times as much as any other player in the league, and isolated 33% more than every other team. That's
Ron,
how much
it doesn't make sense.
Ron, when you talking about when you talking about being great, and we talking about all-time great, like there's a signature that you guys have, like. For example, with Olajuwon, Olajuwon had that playoff run in '95 where he had all those points. But even still, there was a signature from him. You got the dream shake. I care about a guy being able to say at some point, on some level, like I dominated the game. And I didn't just dominate one game. I dominated the entire game. Like James Harden, I can't say this enough, Mars. In that 2018-2019 season, literally he was unstoppable. And I think that I think that holds for me. I think that holds weight to be able to say that. as a player to be able to say that there was nobody who could see me at this time. And I don't mean like for a stretch. I mean for an entire season, I was that dude where nobody could touch me. Nobody.
Yeah. Like it's chill. It's that, but it's also like I think what people have to really keep in mind is that beyond just individually scoring the basketball, he's one of the better passers ever as well.
Yeah.
And like he was such an elite scorer, he would mask his patented floater as an assist to a lob. And you know, at times you wouldn't know exactly what was coming. And like that
does he have the most on ball gifted and I'm asking you part of your statement.
Yeah.
Does he have the most pure on ball gravity ever of any guard?
Most on ball grab.
I mean, Jordan
because
had,
of the
Jordan
step
had-
back, because of the drive, and then because of the passing. Like, is there a better combination of the three at his apex than anyone else?
Curry had ridiculous.
I damn near might want to say that.
Well, Curry's off ball gravity is obviously
you say the word gravity, you know.
I'm saying on ball, like just pure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But the on ball gravity, yeah.
You say the word gravity, a fan base is gonna come out.
No, I know, but don't worry about them. I'm
not worried about that. I'm not worried about that though. Yeah, no.
Go ahead, Ron.
What fan base? We must identify the enemy before we
identify the enemy. I'm crying.
I don't know, man. It's up there. I mean, it's up there. Whether it's number one or not, I don't know. But that man was getting blitzed in the backcourt.
He was getting guarded from behind him because they were so afraid to foul him.
They were guarding him from behind. I actually think that strategy was better than people give it credit for. But
well, they were guarding from behind, but then they were funneling
to Rudy. They were funneling to Rudy because you have the best rim protector in the sport.
Yeah.
And what he did was they ripped it to shreds, but he struggled to score a little bit. So you know, shout out to them.
I think that was the definition of this is a weird defense, and I don't.
Yeah, it was. That's the definition of a gimmick defense for anyone wondering.
Yeah.
So
I've never seen that before.
It's up there. I don't know if I've seen many guards
never
guarded
like I just don't want to downplay it because like I think what people also like there was a stigma about what Harden was doing outside of basketball and clubs and all that stuff, but like people really I don't think comprehend the level of hard work it takes to have your endurance to play almost every game of the season. And you're isolating 16 times more than entire teams for an entire game, and you're playing heavy ass minutes all the way through. And then Mars on top of that, for all these seasons, he's still making the playoffs. Even this year, when we saw this team be super super bad, they started to shift, and then he gets traded, and he's still on a team that is going to make the playoffs again.
So I want to make sure we know that against the Warriors in 19, he averaged 35 points per game. They lost, but James Harden.
What year are you talking about?
2019.
Yeah, 19.
So that 36 point per game season, he went into the playoffs and averaged 35 against the Warriors.
That's crazy.
What year were you referencing when the isolation attempts year? Was that the
2018-19, 18-19?
2019.
He led the league in ISOs in 2020 as well. Yeah.
Can you do some quick math for me? Because I'm trying to actually give him even more of a boost here, because in 2018-19, he shot individually that year. He shot 13.2 threes a game. He shot 36.8% on those threes that season. The NBA league average that year from 3-pointers were 35.5%. So then he shot
he did that while self-creating
1.3% better than the league average. So then so if we extrapolate that to this year, then I'll have to do some.
The league average this year is about 35.8, to be fair.
It dropped?
It's about 35.
Last year was like 37, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's dropped for sure. It's about 35.8 this year.
So then let me say, what did I say his number was? 36.8?
You said he shot, let me just make sure I get it. 2019, James Harden shot 36.8 from third.
Okay. So I'm doing percentage wise. So if we do a 1.3, 1.05 percentage boost on what this league average would be this year. So he'd be shooting about 37% on threes on 13 attempts a game. I mean, he would be averaging. I mean, he legit probably averaging 39 points a game, 40 points a game.
I don't think that's crazy.
I found a streak because I've been crunching numbers for a minute because I knew I wasn't bugging out too much. So from December 8th, 2018 to January 14th, 2020, 95 games played. James Harden averaged 38 points per game over 95 games. He was like this.
That's ridiculous.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, James, I think you can give me a layup extra.
Yeah,
If he had to chase
that
it,
man
Ron,
averaged 38 for 95 games.
if he had to chase it, Ron, don't you think if he had a full season? So say like, he's at 41 or 40.2, right? And he has a third of the season left. Ron, you don't think he'd be able to chase it?
100%.
Yeah, I think he chases that.
And some people would get mad at that. You are supposed to chase history.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't.
Apparently not. Apparently to some people it's not ethical. I don't know
whether it's ethical or not. I believe James Harden would do that.
The all-time number outside of Wilt is 37.
The all-time number for
points per game in a season. MJ 37.
and
Elgin Baylor 36. Harden 36. Those are the four highest.
Kobe 35.
Kobe
outside of Wilt. Outside of
Wilt.
Okay, word.
He did that while averaging 7.3 assists per game, by the way. So
And since we're on the subject of assists, Gifted, just so you know, he'll pass Isaiah. He's 254 assists behind. That's why I was shaking my head, because he's 254 assists behind Isaiah Thomas. Miles, if I could get 70 games from him next season, all I need is 3.5 assists a game, and he passes Isaiah Thomas.
He's cracking the top 10 assists for sure. It's just about whether or not he can. You said 10,000 probably off the
I
table.
don't know if he's gonna catch.
I believe 10,000 may be off the table this year. He has 491 assists.
Yeah.
So if he's able to get 500 assists a year, he just needs to play 2 more years. It's possible.
I mean, that's what's crazy though, because like even 19 Harden to me, like yes, he was at shooting guard, but you can't tell me he didn't play and run the offense like a point guard.
He had the ball in his hand.
He was at the 2.
Yeah, he did.
He had the ball in his hand.
James Harden's been practically a point guard since like 2017. Like obviously he played with Chris Paul in 18, so like they fluctuated duties, but they also staggered a lot of minutes so that they could both run the offense. And then 2019, Chris Paul's not the same version of himself. That's why James Harden does what he does. And then even when he plays next to Russell Westbrook, it is a lot of your turn, my turn, but James Harden's pretty much running the offense there. And then from the moment he left Houston till now, he's been a point guard the whole time. So shout out to James Harden. He's been like I said, I think he's changed the game. I think what he was doing in those years in Houston have been grossly underrated as years have gone by.
I agree.
You could absolutely make the argument that in those regular seasons, at least, James Harden was the best player in the world. You can make those arguments very easily.
I did appreciate it in real time, and then going back to watch it more, I'm like, wow, like it's really crazy when you go back and you watch what he was doing. Honestly,
I think he should have been the MVP in 2019. Obviously, he didn't get it. Shout out to Giannis. Not saying Giannis wasn't a deserving MVP, but I think it should have been James Harden. I think 2017, you can make the argument he should have been the MVP. 2015, you can make the argument he should have been the MVP. Like there's an alternate universe where James Harden not only wins 3 straight MVPs from 17 to 19, but has 4 MVPs. There's a universe in which that's possible because obviously he came second in 15. I think there's a strong argument he could have been the MVP that year. He came second in 17. Obviously, that was the Russ year. We know what both of those was doing. It could have gone either way, in my opinion. He won it in 18 and came second again in 19 in a year in which I think he should have won it. Also in 2020, people do forget, like, obviously it was a Giannis or LeBron race. James Harden was third in 2020 in MVP.
He was.
Like, that's the level he was playing at that year as well. So, like, I think there's a world where James Harden's a 4-time MVP. That's how good he was for that 5-year stretch.
And to your point, Mark, this is why this shit gets so tricky with me. I mean, he finished second in league MVP votes in 15, and he was awesome. And his next season in 16, he wasn't that far off.
It's because they went 500. He got a lot of blame for what went wrong in Houston that year. So they went 500. They were the 8th seed, and James Harden didn't make the All NBA team.
Which is blowing my mind because he was almost like 38 that year.
Yeah, he averaged like 30, but he didn't make All NBA. So
like 38.
Shout out to accolades. Shout out to accolades because that stopped his run. He would have had like 6 or 7.
Where did he finish in 21?
NBA first teams. In 21, he came 13th in MVP, but that's more so an availability thing. Because when he was playing for Brooklyn, he was top 5 in the MVP ladder. If you guys remember, that's the level he was playing.
Yeah.
I think
also,
Harden,
once again, not to revise history, people were saying when James Harden, KD, and Kyrie were on the same team,
Yeah, he was the best.
people were saying James Harden was the best player on the team.
Yeah.
That's what people were saying.
Yeah.
That's how good he was playing.
Mm-hmm. And I think the most important part too is that before he got traded there, the way his season started, they were saying, I don't know how it's gonna work. Harden needs the ball, Kyrie needs the ball, KD needs the ball, and James was there, and it flowed perfectly.
And they proceeded to have the best offensive rating in history when they
if he didn't, if the Warriors never existed, James Harden has a title. If James Harden didn't get pure exhausted in that Warrior series, I just looked it up, Bars. He was shooting 2 of 11 from 3 in the Warrior series.
Yeah.
So like that was more of a he had to play the type of basketball that he'd been used to playing, and Chris Paul got hurt, and they had no other creators on the roster. So if there wasn't Chris Paul in the game, then it was all on Harden, and everybody else around him was a play finisher. But again, I think that speaks to me. Harden was so good that they could put nothing but play finishers around him.
Yep.
And then they could push the Warriors to 7. But I think if they just had another person that could take some of the burden off,
just go get it, basically. Yeah.
And if he could have made some of his threes, which again, Game 7 ended up being the story. I think he has a championship that year. I think he had a championship in 2021 when they were walking the Bucks and they had beaten them by 40. And then they lost Kyrie and James Harden was hurt.
They were going to sweep them.
Yeah, they were over. That series was over. And then they were going to play Atlanta chill with what Trae Young missed.
They would have smacked Atlanta around.
It would have been a 4-0 series, and then they would have played the Bucks that year.
And
the Suns, bro.
Like,
he had a stretch, Ron, in like when he first got to Houston from 14, 15. 5 of those 6 years, he finished in the top 10 in the league in assists. The last 5 years that we're in right now, these last 5 years, he hasn't finished lower than 5 to gift its point about him being a distributor. He's been in the top 5 in assists the last 5 years. But I think that the reason why this gets forgotten is because if you guys remember, during that time when James Harden, from like 15 to 19, he's a ball hog. He dribbles too much. He shoots too many threes. He shoots too many threes. Mm-hmm. He foul baits at the he gets to the free throw line when we all know that bucket getters get to the stripe. We all know that. Every bucket getter gets to the stripe. I watched Michael Jordan in 1989 against the New York Knicks in the playoffs get 12 free throws a game. I saw that. Like he was getting to the free.
Biggest example, Dwayne Wade in 06. I mean,
he shot over. Dwayne Wade shot, if I'm not mistaken, Swiper, you can do the numbers on this, but I think Dwayne Wade that year in 06 in the finals, he shot almost 100 free throws.
Yeah, it was like 91 free throws.
Yeah, he shot close to 100 free throws in that series, right? But that was the narrative on James Harden that during that time from like 15 to like 19. He dribbles the basketball too much. Mm-hmm. He doesn't make his teammates better. We don't like the way he plays basketball. He doesn't defend. All of this stuff kind of went away from how awesome he was just as an offensive machine. And how awesome he was as a bucket.
Well, he was one of the first players, not one of the first, but I say, in terms of narratives, how they ruined someone's perception. Because when James Harden was getting guarded by Pat versus Utah, it wasn't even it was a credit to James, but it was also like, at the time, I think some of the narrative was like, well, James can allow them to do that, to a degree. And I think the issue with James is if James didn't run into an all-time great super team, he has a title. James then obviously, he ran to the Nets. But that wasn't his fault either because it's Kyrie and the vaccination thing and all that stuff. That had nothing to do with it.
He didn't want to be there, by the way.
Yeah. So he left. He goes to the 76ers. He ends up getting an all-NBA season. They didn't give it to him, though, because they felt like, I don't know. Even though in terms of what he did that year, it was 22-11 on 61 true shooting. It was only him and Magic. It was only him and Magic that ever done that. Mm-hmm. And they didn't give him all NBA that year. And then they went to the playoffs. They didn't even
give him an all-star selection.
They didn't give him an all-star. They didn't give him anything. They literally just said we're not doing it.
He actually got invited. He passed. He was like, "Nah, I ain't going."
Well, I think it was an alternate though. It wasn't like an original selection.
Yeah, it was,
which was crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
They didn't give him an all-star selection this year.
No, he did not.
And he was hooping, and he was carrying the Clippers without Kawhi at the beginning. A little bit too. He was playing some good basketball this season.
So like I said, man, if James just like that, even that Embiid, when Embiid was down the first few games of the series, James had the 40 ball to beat the Celtics. And then he had 1 and 1 and 1 and 5, right?
Yeah, 1 in game 1 and then
one of those games. He won them both of those games.
And then remember, Embiid had 3 straight 30-point games. And then game 6 happened, I think, or game 5 or game whatever. Game 6 maybe. And then they lost. and then Embiid was like, I'm not getting the ball, and then Game 7 happened and Tatum happened. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are multiple situations. That's literally what happened. Literally,
Tatum did happen in that game.
I saw chill. I knew it was over when there was no chance. Tatum got Embiid on that pick and roll, gave him a hezzy, throw right by him and banged it. I said, this game's over, bro. I do think Harden, man, in another era, if you replace him now with like if you would have gave him Shea's Field an opportunity in his prime, there is a world where he walks away with at least one title. And I think that's just the way we look at guards, obviously. Like, guards are just, you have to be privy to the situation you're in the area you're in.
I can't ever say that I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Bro, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Real talk. Ox, is he not still on the best team in the East?
He's contending right now. Yeah, the Cavs have a shot. The Cavs have a legit shot this year.
He is
to make the finals. Yeah,
I didn't like that. Like, he's not fully healthy though.
I have a hard.
That's my problem.
But remember,
he hypocrites.
But we talked about this though. Mars Chill said that the reason why he's off is James Harden is gonna let them down somehow. So I'm saying that now, Chill. I think even because now this is a very effusive episode, which is good. People in the audience and apparently like it. I'm saying that. James can't, like, I don't know what another 36-year-old that's the second best player in the team or third, maybe according to Chill, that can get blamed for, he's going to do his job come playoff time. They're going to have to make shots. They're going to have to defend, but they're about to play versus the Knicks team that I think is on a mission that looks very good. They're going to play versus the Detroit team that's on a mission that feels like it can win a title this year. And then, obviously the rest of the field is going to fall this way. I just think that, James is going to be James again. But he's always going to be.
What does that mean?
James, the issue with James is always going to be contingent on whether his three ball is going down and whether he can drive by you with consistency. When he can't drive by you with consistency, he's not the same player. But as you get older, that's typically what happens to guards. So it's not just him. Because if you remember last year in the Nuggets series, he was cool in the first few games. But then once the Nuggets figured out how he was driving and setting up the pick and roll, his effectiveness went away. Sure. And I think as time goes on, that's what happens later in series with guard. Remember, I thought they were about to beat
step back three as well.
I agree. But real talk. Remember the Maverick series.
Diversify your portfolio.
No, but this is where I want to be fair to. I want to be fair to Harden though, because remember, real talk. In the series they played versus the Mavericks in the first round, Harden was killing them on those floaters because he was getting by them on the drive. But then eventually the talent lost out. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie and Luka and all them ended up taking over PJ. And then on top of that, Kawhi got hurt. So, it's just like, I don't know.
I think during 2021 we got hurt. That was big.
He relied on step back threes. That's why they got hurt. They got hurt because he relied on step back.
Nobody said that. So
if he changed his game, if he shot middies,
you want to be nasty because you got offended.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
That's cool.
yeah, absolutely. Payback for that Kobe shit you tried to pull. Weirdo.
Where Kobe shit?
We remember.
We literally just talking about it.
We've been talking about James Harden and
No,
glazing.
we were talking about it earlier in the show. We were talking
about glazing James Harden for the past 30 minutes.
This isn't about Kobe.
So I've been quiet because
this isn't about Kobe.
Oh, you wasn't enjoying this?
No, I mean,
you wasn't enjoying this?
Not really.
The only thing that runs through Real Talk's head when James Harden gets brought up is D Wade better, D Wade better, D Wade. That's the only thing that he thinks about the whole time.
That's not the only thing. That's not the only thing.
So he don't want to partake.
You can't speak for me. You can't speak for me. Don't speak for me. Speak for yourself.
Real Talk. That's not being intellectually curious.
I'm not trying to speak for Real Talk, but I agree. I think we could have been done with this about 15.
Yeah, we could have been done with this.
James Harden still.
We could have been. Yeah, we could have.
We talked more about James Harden than the actual like all-time great than Kevin Durant.
Is James Harden not an all-time great?
He's not an actual all-time great. He's not
Kevin Durant.
Okay, but Mars, let me ask you this so we can move to Real Talk's point, because this is in Chill. I'm just saying because I'm pointing at you because you're the Harden guy, and Chill, Ron, everybody. I don't know why I'm not including myself in the Harden, but sure, you can have that because you're a Rockets fan years ago. Chill, is it crazy to say that like at their apex though, like was James Harden a more maybe like indomitable, like was he a bigger threat offensively than Kevin Durant was at their apex, like including all the stuff? I'm asking because Real Talk brought him up. Sure. I don't want to. We don't have to go negative, but it's just
No, I don't even want to do this segment because I stayed quiet because I didn't want to.
You don't have a lot of things to say about Harden that are positive.
No, but also I don't want to get to ranking and all that kind of stuff either. Like I get it. Like the fact that, in my opinion, y'all say like, oh, he's the best isolation and gifted, was like, oh, SJ's not even like close because he got to isolate more. I mean, like
I'm just talking about.
But like SJ
I just meant volume wise.
SJ
not close.
on a per possession basis is just as good as James Harden. Just didn't get to isolate.
But I think on less than half the attempts.
Yeah, because they like play actual like functional basketball. They don't.
Why does James Harden not play functional basketball?
Why was James Harden?
What I'm saying is they're playing. They are playing actual team. SGA come off a curl, pin down.
When does
we're doing action?
You know, like real basketball.
It's not just SGA come to the top of the key, dribble, ice like every play.
That was
like,
literally SGA.
It's not just 2K, real talk. That's what you're saying. It's not just 2K.
The logic that was going on.
By the way, to
back
be fair,
then.
this is not a criticism, real talk. This is 100% not a criticism. That is exactly what SGA was last year in the NBA Final versus the Pacers.
You talking about in a final series? We talking about an 82 game regular season.
I know, but SGA also does that.
But that's not how he plays. You can't on one. Wait, stop. You can't on one end say, oh, but he doesn't have the volume. He doesn't, and then say, but SGA is doing the same thing. Those are
I think SGA, but 80% of his points are on ball.
Those
though.
are
Like, he
contradicting statements in itself.
I'm not trying to argue with you. Like I think your energy that you're bringing to this is like is different than mine. I'm not even trying to say you're just completely wrong.
That's why you can't argue.
But I think the issue. Well, no, hold on, Chill. I think the issue is that SGA 80% of his points are on ball. That's very similar to what James Harden was at the time. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was higher Mars or if it was lower. You can look that up on Data Baller if you want.
Way different offense.
But like
that's
SGA legitimately doesn't get a majority of, or honestly, even a large majority of his offensive possessions off the ball. Neither does James Harden. Right. They functionally play different. SGA is more dependent on twos than James Harden is. So maybe that's like the actual.
Does he ISO as much as Harden or not? Well, hold on, Chill.
Does he?
Does he ISO as much as Harden or not?
No, he's not. He's not.
No.
He doesn't. But I'm saying no, he doesn't because
he's not as good in isolation as James Harden.
No, we talked about that earlier.
Why?
Would you like me to answer?
Please.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, so I think James Harden at his apex, the reason why he was what he was, I don't know if you, and I'm not saying this condescendingly, I'm saying that, if you didn't hear
of
this,
course you are. Just make the statement.
I'm not being condescending. I've actually been really good today about not doing any of that. I don't have the energy for that today, but I do think that James Harden's ability as a passer is way more influential to his game than SGA's. I think we can agree on that, right? Like he affects the defense more, like a lot more as a passer than SGA does. Do we agree on that?
I thought we were talking about isolation scoring.
No, we're talking about isolation. Yeah, but the passing is a part of his scoring versatility because that is the threat of Harden. So like you have to guard Harden differently than you do other players because of his ability to pass. Like that's going to influence the coverages that he's seeing. So the issue is that happens to any great passer, by the way. Any great passer that's on ball, it typically affects how you play them. That's just the way. That's the difference. Harden ability as a driver, as a shooter, the floater, the lobs. Like he's the one that made Clint Capella what he was. He's the one that made these other bigs what they were. Like the fact that you can use that player at the rim, and then on top of that, because Harden is shooting 13, 14 threes a game, like it's the ability to create numerous looks out of isolation from anywhere on the court. And so I think that was the problem. It's like you have to slant your defense to a way, but eventually Harden got to the point where he was able to be, to your point, and you can say overcompensated, which I think is a fair criticism. Like he overcompensated the looks he was getting by doing too much shooting off the ball. But I think what I'm saying, real talk, is even with the criticisms of him, like taking too many threes, for instance, he was still in his era like a markedly better like 3-point shooter than SGA is, especially like as a just straight pull-up shooter. And I think the problem is when you're taking 13 threes a game and you're shooting them above league average to the degree that he was, and you're also driving more than anybody else in the league. I mean, that is like there's something to that no one else in history has been able to replicate that in a regular season setting. Now, if you want to bring up playoffs, then obviously that's going to be a different kind of conversation. But in terms of like what he actually did as an isolation scorer, I just don't think there's maybe not anybody else that was as good as he was.
I'm going to ask you again, why is he a better isolation scorer? Because you brought up passing and lobs. And
I just brought up scoring, yeah.
Why is he a better scorer than SGA
in isolation?
I thought I just explained that.
No, you didn't.
Wait, you don't think 3-point shooting is a part of that?
But if SGA is matching him in
He's not.
but he is though. I just looked at it. He is.
But no, he's not though. Like I think
In
if
points
you're
per
shooting,
possession.
no, SGA right now is at 1.17, I believe is the number on this season on less than half the attempts. I'm saying if you go back to that time and you actually extrapolate the numbers and then you do the volume
What
of
was
what
he
you're
per,
getting,
what was he per possession?
1.16.
1.1.
Okay, so that's not the same thing.
No.
In 2020, James Harden was 1.22 points per possession on 10 possessions a game, which means he was more efficient in 6 years ago than Shea is right now on increased volume over Shea. So we could use 2019 if you want, where he's the volume king of everyone ever,
Mhm.
or we could use the season in which he was still clearing everyone in terms of volume, still isolating more than everyone substantially, and his points per possession was actually higher than Shea is today. Whichever one you want to do, we can do. I don't mind. I'm here to move the conversation along.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
points per possession
So
is points per possession gonna be the crux of the argument. James Harden still has years.
well, it's not. Well, I just didn't want it to be. Oh, he gets the ISO more than everybody else because everybody else is playing like
Can we talk about 2020 where
better
he plays in
basketball
points per
or a better
possession?
way of basketball.
I mean, that's cool,
then-
but like if we're talking
Okay,
about
so
isolation
then
scoring,
can we talk about 2020 where his points per possession is higher than Shea, and he still did it on more volume? Can we talk about that year then? So if 2019 is a year because we're
Mhm.
going to say volume is just that can't be the be all end all because some guys have more opportunity. Okay, so 2020, James Harden is more efficient in isolation. 6 years ago, raw efficiency, points per possession than Shea is today. Can we talk about Shea and James Harden?
And
those
playing
years?
at
why-
a slower pace. And playing at a
Yeah.
slower pace.
And
too,
why?
by the
Yeah.
way.
So yeah, can we use those years then if we can't just volume tax? So
My
Can we talk about
my issue with this is
well, Mickey, we're
we-
respond to that though.
I'm sorry.
And thank you.
apologize.
So yeah, James Harden had a great year that season. So golf claps to James Harden. I wasn't even debating if SGA was better. Y'all said clear, it's not even close. I think SGA, in my opinion, is one of the greatest isolation players I've ever seen in my life. So,
agree.
in my opinion, no, I don't think anybody is just clearing SGA in isolation because somebody gets to do it way more than SGA. That's my only argument. That's my only point.
Okay, well,
If you want to say
disconnect
Harden
would
is
be-
better,
yeah.
then sure. But
The disconnect would be
clear
I
is
view
straight.
James Harden when it comes to isolation the same way I view Steph Curry when it comes to shooting. So that's the disagreement.
That's kind of where
yeah.
Yeah,
I-
and that's
I
fine.
can
We
see
can
where-
just disagree.
Yeah, I can see where you would say that, but
that's
we
fine.
just disagree.
Yeah, we just fundamentally disagree. That's fine.
Mhm.
Shout out to James Harden. I think that's enough praise. For
Yeah.
James Harden for a year for real. Like,
I was saying that in terms of like the volume he's clearing Shea, and I still think that holds up over time.
Volume
And
wise, is clearing everybody in NBA history. Nobody else got to play
Yeah.
like that.
that's the point though. Of what?
But
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, to me, that doesn't just automatically make him. I don't know. Is
Well,
so
he was
clears?
no, it
Does he
doesn't.
clear Michael? Hold on. Let me ask the question. Does he clear Michael Jordan as an isolation scorer?
No, he
It's
doesn't.
volume plus overall efficiency, right?
I'm
Yeah.
asking you a question. Does he clear him?
oh, you asking Gifted?
Of the panel.
No, I don't think he
Well,
clears Michael Jordan.
Once
as a
again,
scorer.
I'm of the opinion of James Harden.
Well, yeah.
So that should answer the question. I think Steph Curry clears everyone as a shooter. So
Yes, he does. Now, real talk, because I have a lot of volume, that is correct. That does not necessarily mean that I'm better because I'm shooting the basketball more, because I'm getting more touches. That doesn't necessarily mean that doesn't necessarily mean I'm better. However, James Harden in those particular situations in 19 and in 20, even in 18, even when they were playing at a faster pace, he was producing. And what he was producing was 34 a game, was 36 a game. And a lot of that was in isolation. And we're living in a space now with the Oklahoma City Thunder where the game is a lot more wide open. There's a lot more ball movement. So the volume with SGA is going to be different than the volume with the volume. The volume is going to be different with SGA than it is with James Harden. However, with James Harden, when we're talking about a volume scorer and an isolation scorer during that time, I mean, I do think that James Harden is better.
Well, wouldn't it be a similar question? Again, I'm trying to ask in a fair way. Wouldn't it be a similar question to saying that Steph Curry is the greatest 3-point shooter ever, but there's multiple people that shoot better from three than him over the course of his career on 6 attempts a game?
Sure, but
volume
part of
does
Steph
matter.
Curry's argument also, though, is like the diversity in his shooting. It's not just that he gets up more. It's the fact that he can do it off pin downs. He can do it off movement. He can do it off the dribble. He can do it. And so when
James
I'm
Harden
seeing
does
when
it
I'm
the
when
same
I'm
way.
no, he doesn't. He does it at the top of the key, off the perimeter, isoing off the dribble. When I think about isolation basketball, is off the dribble on the perimeter. It's mid post isolation, post up isolation. It's different forms of isolation basketball, in my opinion.
And mine too.
But you don't think he had,
So
well, I guess
But I also
the
feel
it's
counter
not the same thing.
to
in
ask
my
the
opinion.
counter to your point, do you don't think there's a, so you're saying you feel like there's a limited diversity of scoring options for James Harden out of an isolation? More limited.
Yeah, I
than
feel like
somebody
he
Steph.
ISO basically he ISO the same way every time.
I don't think he.
Well,
ISO'd
I mean,
the
but
same way
that's
every
like
time. He wasn't
theoretically
doing it.
impossible.
I
If
mean,
somebody
he had his rhythm, you know, the tween cross.
And,
You
and SGA has
play
that
up,
too.
you
Everybody
play up,
has
we going
that.
back. You don't play up, we stepping back. Like there was a cadence to it. I agree. I think versatility
Yeah.
matters in so far as you have counters so people can't stop you.
which is why
But
he's
quite, but
did
quite
what he
frankly,
did.
James Harden had the counters built in when you couldn't stop him. It just so happened he didn't need 17 of them. He just needed 3 because it was either I'm a tween cross, you play high, I'm a cross, go by you, floater, or
And
you're
it
gonna give
worked.
me the left,
But
you're gonna give
I'm
me a
saying
left-hand
this in
drive.
response
I'm
to
gonna
the
get to
Steph
the
Curry
rim, or I'm a step
comparison.
back
then.
3. Yeah, and I'm just
I'm-
speaking
yeah.
generally speaking.
Mhm.
That's why it's like versatility for me only matters insofar as you need it so that people don't stop you. But if people can't stop the one thing you do, you
Keep
still
doing
do
it,
better than everyone.
and you keep
Like
doing it.
Giannis is one of the most dominant rim finishers ever. It's not because he's doing it in a bunch of ways. It's going to be a lot of attacking from the outside. That's what he's going to do.
Mhm.
Shaq's one of the most dominant interior scorers ever. It's going to be a lot of post ups and drop steps and touch around. There's going to be a lot of the same things in terms of how they get there. In terms of like those types of things, you're not going to have a whole bunch of diversity. It's about just being effective. If people can't stop you, they can't stop you. And James Harden showed that they couldn't stop him. And even like the narrative of like, oh, the playoffs and James Harden was one of the most efficient, if not the most efficient isolation scorer in the playoffs too. They did not lose because James Harden's isolations didn't translate. They absolutely did translate. It was a lot of other things, including James Harden's own 3-point reliance. I can agree with that. But out of isolation, yeah, James Harden was absolutely fine. For example, 2019, 15 isolations a game, 1.04 points per possession, which is still elite. James Harden was routinely towards the top of the league in points per possession in isolation, especially among any volume isolationists, regular season or playoffs. So I'd never liked that narrative either.
To listen to what you just got finished saying, Miles. I mean, 15 possessions in isolation and one point and 1 point per possession.
1.04, yeah.
That means that I'm averaging 15 a game just off isolation. Is that? I want to make sure that I'm following you guys.
Pretty much.
I'm averaging 15 a game on average in isolation. I mean, I don't know how many guys are doing that. That's
no one. That's it.
That's pretty impressive, man. And I do think that there was, I think, real talk, that you fell into. This is the narrative that we were talking about during that time. He dribbled too much. He's a foul baiter. He gets to the free throw line a lot. He holds on to the basketball. That was the logic going on with James Harden.
I mean, some of that it was true though.
It was
he
true,
did foul bait a lot.
But see, but
he did. He led the league in free throws 7 of his 8 years in Houston, and the one year he didn't, he was second.
But I think the difference is, I think the difference, real talk, is that when we talk about stuff like that, we go away from, to Mars's point, the fact that how awesome he was as an isolation scorer, the fact that how awesome he was as a long ball shooter, the fact that how much he was able to your point, in talking about isolation, to create space, to get open looks. We go away from how good he was at getting downhill and at finishing at the rim and dunking on guys. We get away from that sort of stuff because we get wrapped up in, he was foul baiting. Well, scorers get to the free throw line.
But I didn't get away from any of that. All I said was I think there are other players that are fantastic in isolation, including SGA. And I think that clears is a stretch too far. That's all I'm saying.
And to be fair to Harden, he also translated it to the playoffs too, multiple years. So I think some of this is like, I hear the criticism, but like
I'm just saying overall in terms of like, I don't
even think I criticized him.
No, I wasn't. I was just bringing it.
No,
I'm saying that part of his argument, not just the regular season greatness, he also was a great like isolation scorer in the playoffs as well. Like it translated. Like it's just, I think he lost. So not necessarily you, but just overall criticism. The fact that he lost and didn't win a title, I think, is affecting a lot of the content and conversations around James Harden, unfortunately.
I'm with real talk on this though. I do personally think that SGA is a better ISO scorer.
You're with real talk on this?
So,
But
I mean, I just think like that point per possession thing, like, and I'm watching a player now that I'm struggling with, like with this concept, obviously on my team.
Does he
But
play for the Lakers?
I'm sorry, I just have a problem with people that rely on such a variant shot. That's just not my cup of tea personally.
your
But
criticism for
real
Luka
talk,
is
it's
style.
I think
it's,
that, yeah, I
it's
think that's
harder
fair.
to score in the
I think that's
mid range,
fair.
like the way at the volume that SGA
But
does.
it's not though.
It's hard. Yeah, chill. It is.
It's harder to
You would-
score
you would-
in the mid
you
range
would
than the
think-
three.
You
Because what
would
real
think
talk
that
is
it's
doing-
harder. You would think it's harder to make threes because it's a farther shot. It's absolutely not. I'm telling you as a hooper, it is easier to shoot a step back three over somebody and and fall back from the defense as opposed to attacking a defender.
And it's
getting
more
them on their
available too.
heels.
You can always get to that shot.
It's so that's the easiest
Mhm.
shot in basketball. Believe it or not, I know it may sound crazy.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Shot
They-
in the
okay,
league.
so talk about like
I wouldn't call it the
let me
easiest.
just
Actually getting up.
let me
I
just
would
make sure
call
I
it the
understand. The
easiest shot.
easiest
I
to
would-
create or the easiest to create plus
The,
make?
the easiest to create. Easiest.
Yeah.
In like SGA could spam step back threes. All
I'm talking
game
about
if he
actually making
if he-
it
if
on
he
volume.
wanted
Yes,
to,
but
Okay, that's why I just want to understand. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
There's a
however,
difference in that.
However, I do think making a mid-range 2-dribble pull-up with the because more than likely the defense is going to be closer to you and you're going to have to do a move to get that off.
Yep.
I do
Mhm.
think that that's even harder than making a step back 3-2. Once again, I know this sounds crazy because making a three is so much more further, but I'm telling you, it's tough to get into that mid-range and cook like that and be able to, like, the way that SGA has to maneuver to get to that mid-range
Yeah.
and make
yeah.
those shots.
We agree for sure. Yeah. Shea an all-time
It's-
isolationist to me. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
up there. You got him, Mike, Kobe. I'm not counting post-ups for isolations. I don't know if people do that. I'm not doing that.
I think
Yeah, am I
Kevin
forgetting
Durant is
any?
still one of the greatest isolation players in my
Yeah, KD.
Yeah, that too.
You gotta show love to like Melo and them.
Yeah, these are guys that Melo, Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, we talking
Joe
about
Johnson.
isolation.
I mean,
players,
all of
Joe
them. They're
Johnson.
all-
yeah.
Joe Johnson's a good name too.
Yeah, there's a lot of great names. I would have Shea like really high up. For me, like I said, James Harden is just on a tier of his own for me. But that's more like just volume, efficiency,
Body work with the
unstoppability.
isolation over time, and
Yeah, the amount of
Coverages,
defense,
teams he
the-
played,
the-
bigs he played,
the
guards he's
longevity,
played,
Like, it's just
like the errors he played, like 14, 15, 16 to 19, 20 to 22, then 23, and then 24, then 24, 25. Like these are all different
Yeah.
errors. You had Houston Harden, early Houston. You had late Houston. Then you had like Nets transition Houston. And then you had Philly Harden. And then now you have Clippers Harden. And now, right now, I believe in the games that he's played with the Cleveland Cavaliers this year, which I think is 18 games, 18 or 17 games that he played for Cleveland. So far this year, bat James Harden to 7 isolation attempts a game on 1.13 since he's been there. So again, it just keeps transitioning every single team and situation he's been in. He's literally a preeminent isolation player at 36 years old.
And I understand like the shot dial argument. Like I understand that like you could say Shea is better than Harden because of the versatility of his shot profile compared to James Harden. I think that's a viable thing to believe. That's fine. I just feel like in terms of the sheer volume over time paired with efficiency, that's why I would say James Harden clears in terms of his resume as an isolation scorer. If you want to say like in a vacuum, you would rather have Shea in that. I can understand that, but
The
that's
fact
not
that
Real talk,
SGA is competing, and I know Mars brought up the 1 year or the couple of years where he was like 1.22. James Harden.
It was 2018, not 2020. I was mistaken when I said the wrong year.
It was
But it's
20 win
2018. His MVP year, he was 1.22.
MVP. Yeah, okay. But like the fact that for a lot of Harden's other seasons in isolation, SGA is competing with him on a points per possession basis, and we're knowing he's shooting a shot less worth 33% less on volume. Like we know he's shooting twos and Harden is shooting threes, and SGA is still matching him majority of the time in points per possession, just tells you how accurate that SGA is when he isolates.
Yeah.
Well, 33% from 3 is 50% from 2, so it's like it's not that unfathomable, to be fair. Like isolation threes are inherently going to be low 30s, mid 30s percentage wise. So really all you have to do is shoot 52, 53% on 2s in isolation. It's not unfathomable that someone can match that efficiency. It's not.
Only shoot 52% on.
That's
all of
why I
your
said only.
self-created.
That's why I said
Oh.
only. I did that for a reason. Like, but it's not unfathomable that someone can do that.
I mean, but
The
is
same way
Harden
it's not
shooting
unfathomable
33%
that someone.
though?
It depends on what years you look at. It's about it fluctuates 33, 34, 35. But yeah, you have to shoot low 50s to 54% on 2s in isolation to match that type of production. It's not unfathomable that someone could do it. It's amazing that someone can do it, but it's not unfathomable. The same way it's not unfathomable that someone could shoot 33% on isolation 3s. That's not, oh my god, how did they do that? Like it's actually not. It's quite easy to envision someone being able to do that.
All right, fellas. Well, to everybody that's watching this video, salute to you. We appreciate everybody that tunes in to Player's Choice. We appreciate everybody that watches the panel on a daily basis. We appreciate everybody that follows us across all platforms. Aside from just following Player's Choice, though, make sure you follow Real Talk, follow Gifted, follow Swiper, follow Chill, follow Mars, follow everybody's individual profiles too, because everybody up here makes amazing content in and of their self. And then when we come together, it's, that whole Avengers thing. You know how that goes. It's like Team USA when they come together. But make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you become a member. A lot of people have sent through super chats. So let's go ahead and see what the people got to say about what we said. All right, first and foremost, Tupac Westside said, morning, fellas. Had some great basketball this weekend. Looks like Lucas Tech got rescinded, so I got the Lakers over Detroit. Sad for Cade, though. You were right, Mars. League needs to change the rule.
I agree with myself.
We did have some great basketball over the weekend. Yes, we did. We had some great basketball. That Laker Orlando game was a great game. Absolutely.
Shout out to Luke Kennard.
Leaving Luke Kennard open when he's the only one that would shoot that one.
Shout out to Luke Kennard.
Hey, that play was mean, though. That play was mean. Yeah, but
the problem though is
the Magic messed it up. That's what I seen.
Two of them, Oz, two blown coverages, because the game actually should have went into overtime because they blew the coverage with James diving to the basket. He was wide open, and he should have just made the layup, but instead they get the ball back. And real talk, if I'm not mistaken, can you tell the people here what Luke Kennard is on the roster for?
He's here to make threes, which is exactly what he's doing.
What else is he here for?
He only shoot basically wide open.
Attack closeout.
No,
to be fair, yeah, Luke Kennard does have the downhill playmaking and stuff. Like he does have that.
He does, and I actually don't even care that he only shoots the wide, because to me that's so irrelevant. He's spacing the floor, and making defenses question who to close out to on the weak side anyway. Like he's such a clear positive offensive player that he only shoots when he's wide open thing. I really don't care.
I say that to say when we're coming out of the timeout, I'm the two guard. I'm covering. They're down 2, by the way. They're down 2. I'm covering Luke Kennard. If I'm covering Luke Kennard, what am I more likely to give up? I'm giving up anything at the rim, right? I'm not giving up a long ball to the guy who's out here to shoot the long ball. That's my job if I'm covering him. And I'm not switching, which is what Desmond Bane did again. And I want to say it was either James or Austin Reeves who ended up
again.
Who ended up at the rim. And then Luke Kennard. It was James wide open. James is at the rim, and Desmond Bane ends up right there with him. Meanwhile, Luke Kennard, who is one of the best long ball shooters in the game, is wide open at the long ball line. That blown coverage was awful. Absolutely terrible.
Communication is key on defense, man. That problem is solved with clear communication.
Very easily solved. Hey, listen, I'm not switching. I'm staying with him. I'm chasing. Help me out on the screen. All I need you to do is just hold him up or hedge just a little bit, but I'm not switching. I'm staying with him. And I got to tell you, real talk, I like James in his complimentary role. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking seeing him. I'm liking seeing him be available when it's necessary, but I like
He's looking better.
I like the fact that he gets out the way also and lets these guys go to work. I like what I'm seeing from him in his complimentary.
We're able to spam this action where we enter the ball to him on the elbow. The guard, usually Luka or Austin Reeves, is coming off this flare screen on the other elbow being set by the big. If we're not able to hit the flare screen, that turns into a ball screen for LeBron James, and then he's getting downhill. I just appreciate the fact that LeBron is able to finally be a role player. It only took 23 goddamn years, right? I like that he's finally able to just fulfill the role. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's playing defense. You know what I'm saying? Be on the weak side. Rebound, box out, run in transition, post and seal in early opportunities.
But I can't get you a
like
bucket
all
when
of
you
that,
need
all of that.
to do that.
Yeah, but like a lot of the half court self creation is being done by Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic.
Yes.
Like we're not tasking him to do that. And I love that for us because quite frankly, he hasn't been that great at that.
Austin Reeves so goddamn nice with that peel. I gotta give him more credit, yo. He can get to that rim. Yes, he does. He's got that.
I like the praise for all this stuff. I do want to give Luke more flowers because typically when we see shooters go to the Lakers, they forget how to shoot, and he hasn't. So like he does deserve a lot of credit for that.
Well,
He's a little early. Those Laker allegations.
No. To be fair,
he's
dropped by 3. He's dropped by 3.5%. Man, he's dropped by 3.5% from where
he was at 52 before he came to the Lakers.
No, he was at 49.7. He's at 46.
I mean, Mars, I hear that, but like normally they go and they drop.
Excuse him.
Yeah,
excuse him.
Yeah. He's only at 46%.
They drop.
So,
yeah. Whoop de do. Like,
yeah,
you know. Oh, I did want to ask this. So like, I actually asked Real Talk this in our live. For the Lakers to go far in the playoffs and have like more success, I think that people think. Is Austin Reeves not the most important player on the roster to doing that?
I never agree with this sentiment.
I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Luka's the
Like-
most important player.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's Luka.
But like in terms of like the X factor on
is
the team.
Austin Reeves the X factor?
That's why I said
That's what
I
I mean
never
to
agree
say.
with the sentiment. That's what,
I actually think it's Ayton.
Sure. Yeah, it's probably him or DeAndre Ayton.
That's what I think it is. I think it's Ayton.
Okay.
Because I feel like what Ayton can do, like when he gives you that 20 and 10 game, I mean, that opens up so much more for everybody else. And if you could get that from him from time to time, as opposed to Austin Reeves, who, as a shooter, like we can supplement the stuff that he doesn't do. Like the stuff that the stuff that DeAndre Ayton can do, I mean, that's such a bigger boost and makes us so much more viable.
I don't think that Ayton is our X factor, though. I definitely think it's Austin Reeves, because if Austin Reeves is playing well, that also makes Ayton's life easier. Look, Luka Doncic is going to be Luka Doncic. He's going to be somewhere around 30 to 35 points per game, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. We know this. That's going to happen. The second part to that is, what version of Austin Reeves are we going to get? Is it going to be regular season 22 to 24 points per game on really good efficiency Austin Reeves? Or is it going to be playoff Austin Reeves, which we've seen time and time again? Well, let me not say time and time again, because this is only like his second opportunity, being the second option, to be fair to him. But like going to the playoffs and not nearly being that caliber of player. Because let's be very clear here. In this regular season, Austin Reeves has performed at a third-team All-NBA level. That's how good Austin Reeves. Wow. Yes, he's not going to qualify because of the games played.
But he's playing at that level.
That is the level of play that he's played on this season. Now, am I going to say or think that he's going to be a third-team All-NBA player in the playoffs?
Yep.
Probably not. But we should be around that level. He needs to be around that level. He can't become a 16 point per game guy when we need him. Like, yeah,
I mean, but real talk.
So that's why I think he's the most important player. I do think Austin Reeves is the most important player for the Lakers.
That's what I think a little bit.
Because I mean, Luka, as Real Talk highlighted, Luka's Luka. We all know Luka's going to do what he does, for better or for worse.
Yep.
And you live with that because it's Luka. LeBron, I think we all pretty much expect LeBron to hoop as well. Even though it's not the same LeBron, we're going to get playoff time, and LeBron gets a couple days in between games. LeBron's going to hoop. Austin Reeves can't be out there on bullshit. Austin Reeves at least, so he's averaging 23.5 now. Austin Reeves at least has to hit 24 points, I believe, 3 games in the series at least, or the Lakers are cooked. And if he goes over that, I think the Lakers win. I got the Lakers in just about any series if he does that.
So what if Luka doesn't do what he does?
I mean,
it's over.
What is Luka not doing what he does?
Ron, can they win with
last year in the playoffs? Did Luka do what Luka does? Is that the Luka you expect?
But even like series? Fat Luka averaged 30. Like,
yeah, but is that good? Is Luka playing at the level he played at in last year's playoffs good enough in your opinion?
No, it's not.
No, he obviously has to be better than that. But he's a better player right now than he is.
I agree. So Luka has to be Luka, right?
Correct.
I think it was more like Austin Reeves fell off more than Luka did last year. Austin Reeves was.
If Austin Reeves plays at his level of last year in the playoffs, but Luka plays how he did, you like their chances more than if Luka played at his level and Austin Reeves played how he did.
Yes. If Austin Reeves if he's been playing the way he's played this year, yes.
No, I said last year because that's the year I was talking about. Last year. If Austin Reeves played at the level he played at in last year's regular season in the playoffs, and Luka played like Luka, which one would help the Lakers?
Last year's regular season isn't this year's regular season. Austin Reeves has jumped to a whole different stratosphere.
Okay, so if Luka this year playing at the level he's played at, we was just talking MVP a week ago. If Luka then plays like he did in the playoffs last year, versus Austin Reeves playing at this level in the regular season and plays at that level in the playoffs, which one helps the Lakers more? Luka playing at his regular season level in the playoffs, or Austin Reeves playing at his regular season level?
I mean, it's Luka, but once again,
he's more important.
Once again, Luka has a floor. Austin Reeves can't play at his floor. Like Luka can play at his floor, and the Lakers can win. If Austin Reeves plays at his floor, it's going to be so.
What's Luka's floor, Ron? What is Luka's floor?
I don't understand why like Mars is acting like he doesn't like,
because I don't like the misuse of the word important. That's why I don't like.
Okay, so then we switched it to like X Factor.
I mean, we said X Factor,
and then Ron doubled down on the word important. He said, so that's why I'm disagreeing with Ron explicitly. You guys
still gonna double down.
Exactly. So
Ron,
he's still gonna double down. The reason I'm going at Ron is because Ron went away from X Factor, which I agreed with. Because I understand when guys say important,
right?
And Gifted said, "Okay, we'll use X Factor." I'm like, "Okay, I'm with you. I'm following you." Ron then went back on that and doubled down on the word important. That's why I'm disagreeing, because I don't agree with that sentiment at all.
So, Ron, you
need Luka to be Luka for any of this to matter,
right? Ron,
EJ, no, I don't know what they mean because Ron explicitly said he doesn't mean what they said they mean.
Ron, So listen. To be fair, I don't think we're like highlighting enough of like the drop off from Luka last year. Like the assists were not there in the series. He had a pretty good scoring, but like the actual like passing of it to me wasn't the exact same. If they got that level of Luka again, where he's just not actually getting those plays off, the team is going to be way worse. That is true. If you get Austin Reeves to be the same he was last year as well, where he couldn't score on wings, you don't even get secondary creation next to Luka as well. That's the difference.
And I mean, he scored on the wing, but here's my thing about that, because I know like people have been harping on, and I've even said in the past, the all switching defenses take away Luka's playmaking and stuff like that, which I guess is true to some degree. But in my opinion, I've always looked at Luka Doncic as a scorer that can pass anyway. My resolution to that is, Luka, if they're going to switch and play one-on-one, you need to average 45. Like, to me, that's the solution. Not, we need to find a way to pass the ball more. It's he needs to destroy that matchup. How he dropped to 60 in Miami is a lot of the times, if it wasn't Khalil Ware in a drop, it was Bam, Bam is one of the most switch-heavy bigs in the league. We were running pick and roll. They were switching. They were allowing Bam to be one-on-one with Luka, and Luka fried him. That's
Right.
what happened. What did he have that game? 3 assists. It didn't matter. He fried that nigga, so he got 60. That's what I need when people are switching, playing one-on-one with Luka. I don't give a damn about, is he still
almost disrespectful to be
8
honest with you,
assists?
real talk.
Like, cook, bro.
It's almost disrespectful to be honest with you when you got a bucket getter like Luka to say, yo, we're not helping, we're gonna cover him one-on-one. Are you really? Okay, well then let's get to the bottom of that right now. But Ron, my question to you was, you said that Luka has a floor. What is Austin Reeves' floor? The reason why I'm asking you this, Ron, is because
That's a good question.
The reason why I've asked you this, Ron, is because I've always felt like a player, whomever he is, what I get from you in the regular season, at minimum, I should be able to get that in the playoffs. So with that being said,
That's
Ron,
optimistic.
At minimum,
I don't know about the minimum part, chill.
I don't know how many players that even applies to historically.
That don't apply to like a lot of players, realistically.
he needs to be somewhere around there, chill.
Right, yeah.
Within
In the
15,
ballpark, yeah.
So if a guy's averaging 27 a game, right? Let's say a guy's averaging 27 a game. When the playoffs start, I should get anywhere between 24 to 27 a game.
Yeah.
I'm rolling with that. Yeah.
Because that's what I'm getting from you anyway. I'm getting Austin Reeves is giving me 23 and a half, which means on a Tuesday.
So about 90% of your regular season.
That's all I'm asking, Moss. So that's what I mean, Ron. When I say what is Austin Reeves, because you think that it's him. What is his
I actually
floor,
don't know what
Ron?
his floor is in the playoffs. I really don't know.
I think his floor is what he did last year. I think he averaged 16 points,
That ain't
5
enough,
rebounds,
Ron.
3 assists.
Yeah.
By
I can
Show's
buy that.
90% logic, we need about 21 from.
Yeah, that's not enough, Ron. It's not. 16 ain't enough.
Yeah,
Don't know about
16 is, and that's why they got
16 is
handled
not
last
enough.
year.
No.
I do want to make this clear too. When I say most important, I'm not talking about Luka falling off a cliff. If Luka fell off a cliff, obviously the Lakers are getting swept. So like when I'm saying like I would prefer, if I'm the Lakers, I would prefer for Luka to take a step back. So like let's say let's just say he did what he did last year in the playoffs. 30 on not so efficient numbers. I would prefer that and Austin Reeves to take a step forward and average 26 in the playoffs, as opposed to Austin Reeves giving you that 16 and Luka giving you 33.
And I'm assuming the reason why you're saying that, Ron, is because you want to have a better variance for the team. Because if you have AR at this level, and then sure, Luka might not have the best numbers, but okay, in one of these games, he's going to be a crazy version of Luka.
Yeah,
but
2 games.
in the other games, where it's not like that,
Luka.
you get 3 good games of maybe Austin Reeves. Like, I think variance in the playoffs matters so much with that. So I can understand your viewpoint, but I think Mars is more on, regardless, if Luka shows up to the table like last year, Luka, on both ends, by the way, they're not winning. Is Mars' whole point.
So what do you and I acknowledge that, like,
I
if
just
Luka
think that's
falls off,
impossible.
if he falls off a cliff,
I don't know if it's impossible.
but
I hope not, but
what do you guys think the Lakers like? What's the best case for the Lakers? So you got scenario A: Luka averages 36, premium efficiency.
The best case scenario for the Lakers is Luka, like you just said, averages what he's averaging on great efficiency. James turns back the clock. Austin Reeves turns up. James turns back the clock. Austin Reeves turns up. DeAndre Ayton becomes a double machine. They get ridiculous efficiency and not just ridiculous. This is the best case scenario, Mars. Best case.
If everything goes right,
the best case. I'm answering the question of what the best case scenario is. So the best case scenario is Luka is 31 to 33 a game on really good efficiency. Austin Reeves gives me anywhere between 24 to 26 a game, and he's knocking down open shots. James turns back the clock and turns into a double machine also, in addition to being a glass eater. Same thing with DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton actually turns into the big that I thought he was going to be.
Rui Hachimura finally becomes, I would say, Kawhi in the playoffs. Yeah,
they're actually getting Marcus Smart to knock down open shots more regularly, and they're getting great production from their bench. That's great.
You're not getting all that shit though.
All I'm saying, I'll get to this is the best case scenario, right? Ron, I'm basically on a date, and what's the best case scenario? The best case scenario is this chick is googly-eyed at me. The dinner went great. I'm taking her back to the spot, and it's on. That's the best case scenario. The worst case
case is you
scenario.
give
I
everything.
think the
she leave it.
best case scenario for the Lakers is Austin Reeves playing around his regular season capacity. DeAndre Ayton not being a complete dud. I'm not going to say double machine, but just don't be ass-tastic.
Be playable.
And
Yeah.
the last part of this, though, is
Real talk.
Marcus Smart hitting 38 to 40% of his wide open threes. Because the more we can play Marcus Smart, the better team we are. That's just a fact. Because Jake LaRavia needs to be receiving 0 minutes.
Oh my God, no way. We got Jake LaRavia haters.
That brother Jake, man. He's not a good basketball player.
I'm not really rolling with Jake. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Brother be airballing by himself. I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous.
Since we're on the subject of great basketball, and I know we're going to get to this, Ron Swiper, it seems to me like what I saw yesterday afternoon, this thing looks like it's kind of coming. If we can get that kind of production from this group, it looks like it's coming together. Like this is one of the first times that I've seen this team whole. It's one of the first times that I've seen this team be on the same page in terms of synergy. If we could get that from these guys regularly, it looks like it's coming together in Denver. It does.
Right in time for them to play fucking Phoenix.
It looks like it's coming together.
I mean, it's the first time they've all been on the court together since November 12th.
Yeah,
so.
you can hate it all you want, Ron. They look good yesterday afternoon.
I know other teams that haven't been healthy on the court.
They could have just waited till Thursday, but nah, they had to bring them back right before Phoenix. Disgusting work. I hate it.
I know other teams that haven't been healthy, and they look pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They seem to be holding up just fine.
In your estimation, are you all the way out on Denver at this point?
Or I don't want to hear your shit, Ron. Yes or no? Are you out, Ron?
Where would you have them in the West?
What does all the way out mean?
I'm out.
What does that mean?
If it got to be in or out, I'm out. If it got to be in or out, I'm out.
Wait. Are you saying the Rockets would beat Denver in the first round if they matched up? Are you that out?
I never said that.
He's more out on Houston than he is on Denver. So.
I do. Okay. I do think.
I had to see Mars.
The Rockets got some action though. But I mean,
no, they don't. No, they don't.
I mean, they'll participate in the series.
They'll be in the series.
Anything can happen is the type of action they go.
No, I think
that's the action. Anything can happen.
I think they're
based on what I've been seeing from Denver.
J-Dub's back tonight. So
J-Dub back tonight. Yeah, they need him to play.
Teams hopefully getting healthy right at the right time. So that should be
And I know where you at, Ron. You know, there's some other teams that haven't been healthy and they've been really good. Well, don't forget, you know, Joker was out of the lineup for quite some time, and they were rolling when he was out of the lineup. That was going on.
Doing without,
right. That was going on. They were.
Is he the only MVP that's missed time this year?
That's not the point, Ron.
Last I checked, there was another MVP in San Antonio.
Yeah,
he missed some time this year.
Yes, he did.
Last I checked, there's a current MVP. Over where Gifted's at in Detroit. Yep. He's missing time this year. Yeah. They're at the top of the East.
The majority of the season,
should I give you the front runner, the MVP front runner? Yep. He's missed some time this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they didn't seem like they missed a beat. So I'm not giving the Denver Nuggets a pass because Jokic missed time.
I'm
not giving them a pass because Peyton Watson missed time when J-Dub has practically missed the whole season.
Yep.
I'm not giving them a pass because Aaron Gordon missed some time when it's a bunch.
Said anything about giving them a pass, Ron? What I'm saying is that
I'm not gonna lie, Ron. All that shit is cool. How out are you? So, like, are you saying are the Wolves going to beat Denver in the first round? Are you on that?
Could. I mean, they're not going to play each other. So, like the teams that they'll play,
but they could.
That ends up the fourth. If that ends up the 4-5 matchup,
yeah,
which I'm hoping that ends up the 4-5 matchup, and the Rockets fall to the 6th seed, so the Lakers can play them in the first round. That's what I'm hoping in this scenario. Minnesota is definitely giving Denver all they can ask for.
I know. I want real talk. That's what it's.
I definitely want Minnesota to take that smoke. I definitely want Anthony Edwards to take that smoke. I watched that game yesterday between them and the Trailblazers. Cam Johnson was, going out there hitting everything that he threw up. We'll see how sustainable that is. But I think both teams were like 7 for 10 from 3 in the first quarter. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. And so they looked amazing offensively. They're an amazing offensive unit, probably the best offensive team in the league. However, I still saw plenty of gaps and holes in that defense, even with Peyton and Aaron Gordon. And
I don't think that there's anybody that's going to be able to play perfect basketball. We're going to see teams that have flaws. All I need to do is have less flaws than you. Like I've always subscribed to the logic. Gifted. I don't gotta outrun the bear. I just gotta outrun you. That's all I gotta do.
But that's why I hate the Wolves, because they're the definition of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. They will play some phenomenal defensive basketball, get stops, get out of transition, and then it'll be fucking CTE. Where's the point guard? Help me. Like I don't know what I'm consistently getting from them in a playoff series right now.
Minnesota needs to, as soon as Anthony Edwards comes back, bench Dante DiVincenzo and start Ayo DeSumo. That's exactly what they need to do. He is he's a far superior player than Dante DiVincenzo. And he speeds up the game, and Anthony Edwards needs that as well. Yes, Jill. That's exactly
the reason why I real talk is I watched Minnesota play against Oklahoma City, and I remember early in that game that starting five did not look good. DeSumo, who I think is a great rotation guy, comes in with that.
He was killing
with Nas, and they came in and they basically got Minnesota back in the game. I feel like we need that.
Yeah.
No,
so just start off with him.
I don't know. I don't want to take that away from my second unit. No, I don't. I think DeSumo is so much more productive as a second unit guy. And if I take DiVincenzo and I put him on the second unit, I feel like I'm losing something. Because what you're telling me, real talk, is you telling me I want to relegate him to the bench. I'm not moving him to the bench because he'd be better. He sucked right now, so I'm demoting him to the bench. So how am I going to get more?
I'm not saying no.
I wouldn't view it that way.
It's about what the starting lineup needs, which is I still don't think Ayo's like this point guard by any stretch of the word, but he's better than that, than Dante DiVincenzo, and would help Anthony Edwards out with that way more than Dante DiVincenzo. He also plays fast, which is going to make Anthony Edwards play fast. He plays with tremendous pace. They're a much faster team when he's on the court as well. Yep. Dante DiVincenzo needs to be coming off the bench and playing with Kyle Anderson, who I told y'all they were going to be playing a lot. I told y'all as soon as Kyle Anderson came back on the team, they're going to be playing Kyle Anderson a lot. I also told y'all that they need to get more comfortable playing Julius and Naz Reid 4 or 5 lineups and just switching everything and living with over-the-top shot making and Finch challenging them to stay and contain the ball, which is what they did against Boston the entirety of that fourth quarter, where they made that fantastic run against Boston. Rudy Gobert played 36 seconds of the fourth quarter. He was out of the game. They were still very good on defense. They rebounded the ball well, and they got out into transition, and it was easier offense because the paint was clear.
Right.
They're better. Look,
it was a close
lineup. If you want to win, all you need to do is listen to me. I'm giving you the guy.
I don't know about all that shit.
Start Ayo, bench Dante, play Dante with Kyle Anderson, and also you need to get comfortable playing Naz Reid and Julius Randle 4 or 5 minutes.
That's not going to be
Here's the thing that I'm thinking about, real talk.
It's not going to work in the Western Conference to me. I don't know.
It is going to work in the Western Conference.
The reason why there's a divide between you and me here is because the things that you're telling me that we can play faster with DeSumo and Anthony Edwards. We can play faster with him and these two guys on the floor at the same time. We can also play faster with him when he comes off the bench. Now we can give us that second unit energy that we were looking for. And to your point, now I got a secondary ball handler who's coming off the bench with him. So we can speed up the offense, and that takes a lot of the load off of Anthony Edwards. So as opposed to when we're on the floor at the same time, right in the beginning of the game, I feel like I'm losing some of that energy. I don't want to lose any of that energy coming off the bench. I want to keep that energy when I'm coming off the bench with DeSumo. I've already said to Swiper plenty of times, I understand why you love this kid DeSumo. I do. The more I watch him, he is necessary. The things that you need, he does them. And if a guy like DeSumo, who can knock down an open shot, who I was watching yesterday, I thought that he was great on defense. I thought that he was fantastic on defense, especially on Derek White. I just feel like when if you take him out, if you take him off that second unit and put him on that second unit, I feel like you're gonna lose. I feel like you're gonna lose DiVincenzo, and I don't want to do that.
DiVincenzo's been a bench player and a really good one.
Yes, he has been.
Talking about.
Yes, he has been
a bench player. They need to start Ayo DeSumo. He's a better player than Dante DiVincenzo. He provides more of what the starting lineup needs than Dante DiVincenzo. At this point, when the games I'm watching, he's also a better defensive player than Dante DiVincenzo. Why are we starting Dante DiVincenzo? He doesn't, bro. It's not that good, bro. Bring him off the bench. Let him play with another ball handler with Kyle Anderson.
Right now, with him. because it's about them having versatility with their lineups right now, which is I understand what they're doing. I will in the
Shooting.
playoffs. Io absolutely,
What
depending
does
on the
IO
series,
starting have to do with versatility of lineups?
well, you don't want all your ball handlers on the same lineup when you start games. Sometimes some teams do that. I think that when the playoffs come around in certain series, Io will start. By that point, it
Bones
just
also
depends on who
comes
they're
off the
playing.
bench. There's another one of their ball handlers.
You said
Bones
what?
been pretty
Bones
good too.
and
by the way.
Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, but
are
I
coming
don't
off
know
the
Bones.
bench.
I
as
don't.
two of
I
their
don't
ball
know
handlers.
Bones' viability like come playoff time. No, like he's a good
That's fair.
player.
That's fair to
He's
say
having-
too, though.
He's having a good run right now. I don't know Bones is going to be that like somebody.
Okay,
you
so
can play.
keep
that
Ant
could
or
be
Io
minutes.
on the court.
I do.
No, look,
I don't
I like
understand.
Yeah,
the
acting
Wolves.
like staggering lineups is a foreign concept.
Yeah.
Like, just
Yeah,
because he's
like, what
fine
are we
doesn't mean he needs to
talking
play all
about?
his
That'll
minutes
happen.
with the starters.
Io
But
needs to
they're
be
doing
playing
that
more with
currently.
Anthony Edwards. That he needs to.
No, I'm with you. Well,
Maybe
I
we
like
can leave
Io.
him
I
over
like. I mean, there's a reason why I've been talking about it as much as I have. Like, I like him a lot. I understand what Finch is doing as of right now. But to your point, they can definitely get away with playing Randall and Nas and them versus certain teams for sure. But we'll see what happens. Maybe if they play the Lakers, they'll definitely do that. They play. The
I
Lakers
don't
in the
think
first
that
round,
shit
they'll
is
definitely do
sustainable
that.
at all, man. I'm sorry. And like I know that like they've had some times where it has worked this year, but historically, Nas Reed as your 5-man, you lose value every time defensively in the playoffs without Gobert.
Well,
on the
that's
floor.
when they're trying to run, and I saw it in the Celtics game where they're trying to run pick and roll coverages like drop and shit like that. When Rudy Gobert is not in the game, that's dumb, and they get cooked. When they just go ahead and say, "Hey," when we have this lineup, especially, I think is also way more viable when you have Io out there and alongside Julius and Nas, you have Jaden McDaniels, who's also 6'10" and can reach side, rim protect, and all that. But when they just go ahead and commit to, "Hey, we're just going to switch everything in this lineup, keep the ball in front, and live with over-the-top contested jump shots," they're a good team.
They
I
can't
just
keep
saw
the
it.
ball in
So-
front, depending
so-
on
I
the
just saw
team, though.
I just saw
yeah.
it work.
I know, but
Real
yes,
quick.
they did yesterday, but they're not. They can't do that consistently, which has been the problem for them all year, keeping
That's
people
my
in
issue.
front. Yeah.
Because
But-
they
but,
don't just switch.
Okay. Real quick, I want to do this thing. I want to be the glue here. I would love to hear what Mars had to say about the topic because you haven't on this. Sorry, spoke on this yet. Let me use better grammar.
I don't have much horse in this race in terms of who starts for the Timberwolves. I'm more on real talk side than the other side. It doesn't really matter to me. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure in the playoffs, Io is going to close the games. So whether or not he starts is kind of inconsequential to me. But I also think that the Timberwolves, if they want to maximize their lineups, why not start Io Desumi? I don't see the drawback, to be honest. Dante's done it before, as we've seen. I would actually argue Dante was probably at his best when he was coming off the bench in New York.
I agree.
So I don't think it's that big of a deal one way or the other. So yeah, I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I don't view Io as a ball handler though, so I don't think you're losing.
It's more so the defense of Io to me.
I don't
It's
view
the
Io as that
pace
good of a
that he
defender.
plays with.
Yeah, I feel like
I
feel like Io's value is being mischaracterized. I don't think he's a ball handler or a defender. I think he's an up tempo guard who's able to keep pace high, and he can shoot the hell out the ball. That's what I think he can do. His defense is cool, and his ball handling is not something that you're going to go to with any meaningful minutes in playoff competition. But I still think he's better than Dante probably. So
that's all I'm saying though. Like yeah, I'm saying in a vacuum over Dante, I can see that, but like I think the real thing I care about more so is the defense without Gobert on the floor down the stretch when you go to Nas Reed and Julius Randle. I just don't believe in that. But if they could make that positive, that would change a lot for the team. I just
And
don't
Kyle
know.
Anderson being back, who's also a switchable defender, helps them as well. He was part of that fourth quarter.
That's
You can
true.
look like that all
That's
you
true.
want to, bro. I'm watching Minnesota, bro. I'm watching these games. Kyle Anderson
Who's
is
looking
still
like what?
The brother in the red hat. Kyle Anderson is still a viable defensive player for sure. He is.
That offense nasty though. But I hear you.
Not really, actually. He hasn't been a.
he just doesn't shoot. Yeah, he just doesn't shoot.
Doesn't shoot threes.
Yeah, so 2026. Oof.
Yeah,
Right.
if you don't shoot threes, I guess you're just a bad offensive player. I guess.
I gotta go, man.
All right, fellas. Well, we have super chats, so let's go ahead and get into them. We have now reached the crunch time chat segment of the show. Let's go ahead and squeeze in all these super chats and see what you guys had to say about all of our good topics today. The first one is from the last 2K Bender. The last 2K Bender said, after Friday's hate session towards Bam, y'all better hope that Bam isn't Arch in the chat. Forget about biting the hand, y'all amputated it.
What did we say about Bam on Friday?
Start with the brother on the end with the teal hat on. Yeah, you can start with him.
Oh, with the
well,
polo hat on.
Yeah.
But I mean, that
polo hat
was what I mean. The way I sharded on him all after that 83-point game, and Arch is still sent $100 super chats afterwards. I mean, so we're good. Yeah, we're in good standing with Arch still.
Yep.
Even if that is Bam. And hey, Bam, all you have to do is get better if you don't want 150 players to be better than you.
Oh, that's what we did.
That's what we did Friday. Yes.
Wait, what? What happened?
150 players all time better than Bam.
Mars, you would
all time. I thought you meant like
I be forgetting the things we be doing, man. Unless I hear like an egregious take, I remember those. But like,
what was the purpose in naming 150 players all time being better than Bam?
The panel. That's what we do. Yeah, we're the panel.
We were talking about him scoring 83 and being one of the 150 best players ever. That's what we were talking
about. I see.
Yeah. And then we ran down a list of 150 players that were better than him.
Wow.
We did do that, yeah.
And then it got tricky with some of those guys. Like, wait a minute, nah, he ain't better than that.
Yeah, I might have to go back and analyze it. He might have only got to like 141.
I'm gonna go back and watch that shit.
Nope, he's not better than him. He ain't better than Bam. I can tell you that right now. No. Like we gave Dave the Bush.
Bam better than Pete Gilbert Arenas?
Wait, Gil was on the list. No,
he was? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not
Is Bam better than John Stockton?
No. That's a very direct question and gets a very direct answer. No.
Exactly. I was waiting for Ron to move us on. I was waiting for Ron to move us on.
I was waiting for Ron to,
No.
I thought somebody might have had some pushback to that, but
Ox
is in here, so all right. My man Artur Vieira sent through a $10.01 super chat. I appreciate the extra cent on top of that $10, Artur. Artur said, first ever Brazilian drafted player. Blazers, 1976, passed away yesterday. R.I.P. Marquinhos Abdallah? Marquinhos Abdallah refused to play in the NBA so he could play for the national squad, just like Oscar. You guys familiar with Marquinhos?
No. But salute to bro.
Yeah, but shout out to him if that's what he did. But yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I know of him.
Oscar Smith with your people, gang.
Rest in peace,
with your people.
Yeah, definitely.
I wish we would learn how to do that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Shout out on my FBA niggas.
No doubt.
I'm one of you.
No, you're actually not.
actually not part of that faction.
You're part of you would be included if I was a Pan-Africanist. I am actually, but I just like saying FBA. It's cool. Next super chat.
Shout out to FBA. Trent said, "What's up, panel? I want to thank y'all for going live every morning while I'm at work. Shout out to the OGs like Bron, who we didn't talk about, Russ, who we didn't talk about, my favorite player, KD, DeMar, who we didn't talk about, Curry, also who we didn't talk about. All them guys, they hooping this year."
Well, we spoke about Russ when he hit the 5th full-time assist, so he got his flowers.
Yeah.
No disrespect to DeMar, but like
DeMar, wait though, what record did DeMar break this year?
He did
points.
Like he did.
Didn't he pass Curry for all time?
He re-overtook Steph while he was out in points. That's what happened.
Yeah, that's big.
Shout out DeMar. Shout out DeMar.
Like, shout out to DeMar.
Hold on, did he jumped into like the 20,000 club, 25? What was it?
I think so.
It's something like that.
He been in 20, yeah.
25,000 points.
Where he at? DeMar he's 20th full time in scoring, so he cracked the top 20.
Okay, that's what it was.
He just did that. He just passed George Gervin. So shout out to him.
Yeah. I knew DeMar did
DeMar
something.
DeRozan is one of the 20
something
greatest
else, too.
scorers ever, man.
One of the best Raptors player ever.
Yeah, he gonna pass Dominique. He gonna pass also. He about to pass Hakeem. Like,
Is DeMar DeRozan a Hall of Famer?
He gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Is he first ballot?
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know how
He
first
probably
ballot
is
normally
going
goes,
to be.
but
I'm not.
He actually
gonna
might
lie.
be first.
Looking at
Yeah.
right now,
Okay.
DeMar averaging still 18. Assuming he stays around for a little minute, I'm gonna be honest. We're looking at a world where DeMar's top 15. Like,
Yeah.
we're looking at a world
We
where
are.
DeMar's top 15.
Real buckets in the mid range at that.
Right
still.
now, he is. What is that? 800 away from 15th. Like, he's gonna be top 15 next year.
I feel like DeMar could play
10,
a long time still. Too.
Oh yeah, I don't think he going. I don't think he going. 2,000 points
On the table.
For
maybe.
what?
To 30.
to get to Shaq.
30?
To get to 10.
No, to get to
Shaq.
to get to Shaq. 2,000 plus, two more seasons.
So I'm gonna be honest. DeMar 2,000 points catch Shaq.
He can pass up Shaq.
DeMar?
Yeah, that's. Hey.
If DeMar catches Shaq,
DeMar catches Shaq. Hey, listen. Don't let DeMar get traded to a team that wins.
he's at
He has moments.
1,300. He's at 1,300 this season, 1,700 the year before. So DeMar's probably 2 more years from catching Shaq and scoring all time.
Come on.
This
Talk
was-
about
He's
it.
another one who's been routinely available. That's
what I was about to say, Mars.
Iron Man.
If you look at his stat line and if you look at his availability, 77 games, 82 games, that short season, 60 games, 82, 79, 78, 74, 80, 77, 68, 76, 74, 79, 77, 71, and he's still playing. So he's probably going to play this year. He's probably going to play 75 games this year.
He's only had 1 year where he's really missed time because, like you said, the lockout season he played 63 of 66. The bubble year he played 68 of 72.
Yeah,
And then the next year he played 61 of 72.
It's
So
not
like, he's
DeMar.
only had 1 year. 2015 is the only year he missed time. He missed 22 games. Every other year is high 70s, 82 a couple times. Like, shout out to DeMar, man. Availability is.
I want to say too, I think DeMar is one of the first players, and I can be wrong about this, but like early on, he's athletic as shit, but he said, "All right, I gotta scale this shit down." And like early on, scaling it down, I think is why he's had so much, I would say, favor athletically with not like supremely declining and having to miss games with things. So he's definitely matured his game in that way. That's cool for him.
Yeah, I've never been the highest on DeMar, but like the body of work is something you can't dismiss. Like we're talking about this guy 2 years from now could potentially be passing Shaquille O'Neal in all-time points.
He's one of the best mid-range guys ever.
How many All NBAs does he have?
2, I think.
That's a great question.
Maybe
Maybe 2.
I think 3.
I think 2. I think
He has
right.
three.
I'm invested in
Six-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA.
3-time All NBA. Yeah.
Oh, 3. Hey, listen, 3-time.
Mars, listen to what you
If he
said.
cracks the top 10 in scoring, he's first
gonna be
ballot.
first
Like,
ballot.
however,
Yeah,
like,
First back. Yeah.
if he
Yeah.
cracks the top, if he
If he
cracks
cracks
top
top 10,
15,
he first
he
pick.
first ballot. Let's be
Yeah.
serious.
I think
True.
he's gonna be first
We
ballot.
we we look at the top 15. I'm doing NBA only. I'm not counting ABA for this because that doesn't help you.
Yeah.
If we do top 15 NBA, it's Bron, Kareem, number 32, Kobe, KD, MJ, Dirk, Wilt, Harden, Shaq, Melo, Moses, Elvin Hayes, Westbrook, and Hakeem.
Those are all of it. Yeah. Nah.
If he passes those names, like if he's gonna catch Hakeem next year, probably. He's
a Hall of Famer.
He's passing. He's like 300 points away from Hakeem. He might pass him this season if he gets to hooping row. Like he's gonna get top 15. Like and top 10 is within the realm of possibility. He's 2,000.
Don't get there.
Points is that? Oh, he's 1,998 points away from Shaq. Like we're talking about this guy being top 10 all time in scoring in the NBA.
Hey, listen,
Hall of Fame.
I forget what year it was, Ron, but dead ass. I think like the first year he went to the Bulls. That's probably the most fun I had. I think watching him because he was.
I think that's the best he ever was.
Bro, he was ridiculously like sorry. Not only was he crazy from mid range, but the amount of clutch shots and game winners he was hitting that year for the Bulls, especially after they all got hurt, was insane. He deserves proper flowers for that for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the best he ever was, and that's when he was like 32. So like, I would argue DeMar's peak season came in his early 30s, which is also really impressive.
Mars,
shout out to DeMar.
Mars, I need 14 a game over the next 2 years to pass Shaq.
14 a game?
That's all I need. I need
DeMar,
you need 14?
Stay around.
Got it.
Stay around. Stay around. Stay around.
Game over the next 2 years.
Chill. Let DeMar go to a team that can win a title, and he wins it.
And that's on. And by the way, Mars, that's
play.
on. And that's on 70 games. That's not on 75 games, 80 games. That's on 70 games. I need 14 a game.
DeMar, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, we need you to lock in. Stay around for the next 2 years.
Lock in, bro.
DeMar got 2 years left. He got 1 year left on his contract. Resign for a cheap.
Somebody's gonna.
Resign.
Go back to the Kings though.
Yeah, resign on the cheap. Go back to Toronto for your last year. Do something. I don't know.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Pass Shaq in Toronto. Do what you need to do, man. Shout out to DeMar.
Is there a team y'all think he could fit on that could win, or like is that just Cook?
I think we're probably
OKC.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Are you asking if you're
Anybody
asking him to be
can
a
go
key,
to
if you're
OKC.
asking him to be a key piece? I'd probably say we're probably past that point.
No, we passed.
But I'm just asking him to just be there along for the ride. Yeah, shit, go to OKC. But I'm gonna be honest. My fault, DeMar. I was asleep. I didn't know you was this close to like.
Yeah, bro.
Really,
I wouldn't be mad on DeMar in Houston. I think he could provide him with
I'm
something.
good
For
on
Houston.
I mean, we said win though.
I'm so good on.
I think like him.
You
him
trying
coming
to
off the
give
bench
them
in Houston?
even less shooting?
I mean, but Ron, we
God.
said win though. We said
Yeah, I
win.
think he can go to
like
Houston.
win the championship.
Houston got us. I mean, well, they're not going to win the championship this year, but I'm saying like,
And I
so
win
if we're
next
talking
year
about winning
with
the
DeMar,
champion,
like,
if we're talking about winning the championship, it's realistically 3 or 4 teams, and so like,
I think he probably I think he would probably have to be like a bench player on a team. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to
for
think of like what
100%.
team that would make sense for. I would say Denver, but that defense is
DeMar, top
already
10 all time in scoring means more than you get in a role player ring, man. Come on, lock in. Yeah, go.
That's true.
No one having DeMar DeRozan legacy talks, but no one can take top 10 from you unless Steph comes and.
That's true.
But like other than that, like, you'll be top 10
man.
for a little bit at least. You'll be top 10.
Oh, Cleveland. Someone said in chat for DeMar.
Yeah, no.
I would.
That's
No.
crazy. That I'm gonna be honest. Like, if DeMar plays for long enough, the 09 draft class could have 3 of the top 10
That is crazy.
because James is
All-time-
already there. Steph is right behind
Yeah.
DeMar. So
DeMar.
assuming Steph keeps playing, he could catch him. As long as DeMar can get to 9th, like because obviously once Steph comes, as long as DeMar can get to 9th, they might have 3 of the
How
top
long
10.
would it take him to get to
Doesn't
9? though? That's 3 seasons, 4 seasons.
No.
Well, 9th. Oh, 9th is not. Yeah, he not. 9th means he has to crack 30K. Yeah, that's
You got to.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
All right, cool. All right, cool.
Alright.
They'll have 3 of the top. They'll have 3 of the top 11. They'll have 3 of the top 11.
We do have the best technology though. So
He not cracking. He has to get to Will. Like it's not happening.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Apologies.
All right. The next super chat I got is from Trent. Oh, well, I just read the one from Trent. But shout out to you again, Trent. Thanks for acknowledging and saluting the old heads. King Bo said J-Dub is about to come back and show why he is needed on this team. ... He was just getting his groove back in the last few games before re-injuring his hamstring. # Thunder up.
Well,
Ron-
these teams more holes.
They-
Philly tonight. It's Philly.
Yeah. Listen, Ron, I am so happy for him to be coming back, not just because I like him and what he can provide for OKC, but because he is on my fantasy team. And the playoffs just started. So I need his production, be shameless with it, get your triple doubles, Wilt Bam Kobe, whatever you gotta do. I am here for the greatness of Jalen Williams. Shout out to all my people in the chat who are also playing NBA fantasy. If you made it that far, we're in the closing stages. So please, J-Dub, go hoop, man.
Yes, it's good for him to be
Right
back.
on time.
It's good for. It's definitely good for him to be back. They need him.
Absolutely, chill.
Yes, they definitely need him. And it was just what I just got finished talking about when I talked about Denver being whole. I'd like to see Oklahoma City whole. I'd like to see what this group looks like when they whole. So,
Hey,
I
Gifted.
just really don't see anybody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, go ahead, Ron.
Go ahead. You finish real talk. Me and Gifted
I
will talk in a
just-
second.
I just don't see anybody beating this OKC team. Like even with J Dub's weaknesses as an offensive player, a lot of that during this season was either without SGA or without AJ Mitchell as well. And so now
Mhm.
with the component of AJ Mitchell being able to take on secondary ball handling responsibilities, with the advent of Jared McCain now and the improvement of Isaiah Joe, I don't think the Spurs have played OKC with Jared McCain. That gives
I don't
them a
think they
whole
have,
nother
right?
wrinkle in the
Yeah.
offense. So I wouldn't be surprised if OKC has a dominant playoff run this year. Like I'm
What's the
actually
dominant
low
playoff
key.
run? Real talk. Are we talking like, let's say 15-2 in the playoffs, something like that? Like
Yeah,
they
like 16-4,
I could see
something
something like that
ridiculous
possibly.
So like a 24 Boston.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
playing actually like good teams and stuff.
that's just putting up, man. Well, to
Had to
your
put that
point,
in there, right?
to your point, no real talk. I mean, yes, they are the champs, and I'm thinking to myself, with the exception of Denver, like to beat this team 4 times in a week, you asking a lot.
I just don't see it. I just really
I
don't.
think the Spurs. I
If
think the
somebody
Spurs can beat
does
them.
it, kudos.
I need to see
I,
it in the
I
playoffs.
really don't gift it. I
No?
I
Oh,
don't.
okay.
No.
I'm not saying it will, but like I still feel like the Spurs are the only team who can say when we play you with our guy on the floor, we can have a better defense than you, and that can get you somewhere. You know.
Yeah, but the thing that they were doing was like, oh, we're gonna play Swimby on like this really weak shooter, and even in all of those games, they just didn't shoot the
True.
ball well from three in general.
Mhm.
And now with Jared McCain, which also just gives SGA even more space to operate.
Even more room to operate it. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, man. And Jalen Williams I think in that series we will also see more Jalen Williams at the 5, where he's
Good
shooting
point.
40+% from 3 as well. I don't know if that translates into any kind of playoff setting where Jalen Williams, the backup center, Jared McCain, and Isaiah Joe are shooting well from 3.
It gets scary. At
GG's,
that point,
bro.
yeah.
I don't really.
They can't play Jalen at the center though if Wemby's in the game.
Well,
I know it works. I know because I know it works offensively. Defensively, Jalen Williams is fried. The defense is fried. Yeah.
I also want to
They're
point
not gonna
out.
guard.
At least
they're not gonna
I expect
guard
Wemby to take
Wemby
advantage of it.
They're not gonna guard Wemby with the bigs. They're gonna put Caruso, Dort.
Yeah.
J-Dub. I would
Right.
expect J-Dub to get some.
I don't know about
Yeah,
J-Dub. I think we want him to be more of a roamer, so we're gonna put him on the least viable offensive player because we want him to protect the rim and we want him to be a roamer. So we're not putting him on dudes like that. We putting him on like lesser guys. And a guy like Jalen Williams.
They have Chet Roman, to be fair. So.
I think the only other counter I would say with the Spurs, though, is that to be fair to them, they played them very early in the season, and it was at a point where I think Wemby wasn't the best offensively. Also, he's playing very limited minutes. This version of Wemby, I don't think OKC has had a chance of playing just yet. This is like I think the best overall basketball of his season. So,
I do think this is nasty, but like I think it's just factual. It also just depends on the whistle in that series. If they're going to swallow the whistle and they're going to let OKC be that physical with Victor Wembanyama, I wouldn't be surprised if after that series people are saying Victor Wembanyama is overrated and all that.
San Antonio, they're gonna do the same.
Absolutely.
Well, the whistle got both. As long if the
Yes.
whistle goes both ways,
That's where I
and
was
you allow
going
San
on.
Antonio to be physical with OKC,
Yes,
true.
that's where I was.
you allow
going.
Wemby to be that force at the rim. This is like,
Yeah.
Wemby doesn't.
I just think
I said last week. People are gonna say it though. I do agree with you. People are gonna say it.
They are gonna
I
say
don't
it
think
for
it's-
sure.
I don't know if it's necessarily going to be accurate, but people are. If Wemby's averaging like 21 on like 54 true shooting,
Wemby's soft. He
People are
can't
gonna
handle
diminish
physicality. Wemby needs to bulk up more. He's not there yet. That's gonna be the logic on him. If that
But the only reason why I would slightly push back is there is a awesome reality where because Wemby sees Chet, he's saying "fuck that," I'm going super hard.
he lunch. He
Saying this
lunch.
shit,
He is food.
So
I just know we got to see that series.
One of them's an NBA champion, so that can be
Ryan, you called me, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm glad you reminded me, Gifted. Next year, And I'm telling you right now, this March 23rd, so make sure you hold me accountable.
Okay, word
Next
up.
year,
Mhm.
I will be playing fantasy basketball with you.
Oh, what's up? Oh, okay.
I'm joining the gifted league. Okay.
So listen, and Ron, please put the camera on me because I rarely get a chance to do this, right? So for those of you who don't know,
let's get these balls
I have been doing fantasy NBA for about 3 years now. This last season, ironically, JD, shout out to JD. He joined our league this year. This was a high rollers.
Me and
NBA
JD be talking
league.
about the league too, by the way.
Oh, you do? See,
Yeah,
I didn't know that. So
you know, well, occasionally we'll go grab a brew or something, and he'll tell me about his players that he got coming off the bench and whatnot.
Yeah, so he joined the most competitive iteration of the Gifted Who's Fantasy Club. The buy-in this year was $170. So we are playing for some serious chicken. First place gets $1,000, and it's very, very sweaty. JD unfortunately did not make the playoffs. I did, but we're in a spot now where we are going to be looking to evacuate some players from this league. So a spot will open up for you, Ron, if you're serious.
Gifted. 100%. So not only am I going to join that league. Okay. If you're open to it, we would like to open up another league with all of us in it. And here's what I'll do, Gifted. Okay, I'm going to personally talk to HR, and HR will personally take the money from these guys' paychecks and put it into the league. So they don't even have to worry about depositing it. They'll just take it out of their account and put it in. So if they don't want to participate, thanks for donating to the league in the pot that I'm ultimately going to win. Or, you can put your money where your mouth is or back up your investment and join and participate in the league. But Gifted, we will talk over this summer and we're going to make something happen. Swiper, I know you're down to play fantasy, right?
No.
Not basketball.
No, he's not.
Oh, well, all right then. Hey, then
sleeping.
Then we'll just take your money.
Listen, I am with the basketball business. I have my noties turned on. Just for context, Ron, I started out this season 1-6, and I still clinched and made the playoffs. So I'm very
He's the Clippers. Garbage to start, trash, and then gotta go.
Whole shit around.
Gifted, are there shorter leagues though? I know, because 82 games is ridiculous, and 7 months is a long time.
No,
there's no shorter leagues.
No, so basically there's like 13 to 14 weeks of full play. All you have to basically do is you have to have
like that, Morris. You better get ready. You better tie your do-rag tight.
Real tight. If guys get hurt, you basically have to put them on IR, and you can set your lineups automatically for the entire week, but you have to still look at players to see, okay, he's doing good. If you know ball, it's super fun because there's fringe players who can really impact your entire week. It's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Like fantasy football, sure.
Juju Watkins is officially getting a Nike shoe, and it's going to be the first athlete
Juju
under LeBron to get a
Hadn't
shoe.
she been getting a Nike shoe though? Didn't she debut that and I'm not saying that to push back on you, real talk, but didn't she debut it wasn't it
Well, I was just saying because I just got the notification about it.
Okay.
I guess the special thing is going to be like this. It's under LeBron's line or whatever. Or
I thought she had. So they did something 2 weeks ago where she basically gifted the shoe to all the USC players, and it was I think a couple local high school basketball teams too, if I'm not mistaken. But it was either. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her shoe. If not, it was another shoe that dropped and she did that. But I'm pretty sure it was her shoe though. But either way it goes, real talk, that's a big deal. That's humongous.
Yeah. Shout out to Juju.
That's fire.
You looking at the shoe right now?
No, I didn't see the shoe. They didn't have a picture of the shoe. I just saw the notification on Twitter. So yeah, man, women's basketball is on a extreme come up right now. Obviously, they had the new CBA, and when you start adding stars like Juju Watkins into the mix, when she gets to the W, that's going to be heat.
I think maybe
Hannah
Hidalgo.
Oh yeah, Hannah as well.
Olivia
Miles.
Big shout out to Sarah Strong.
The best player in college basketball. Don't leave her out.
Them junks is
Olivia Miles.
No, try again, Ron. Keep
Lauren
going.
Betts.
Keep going. You're getting close. Keep going. I'll give you a hint. She had 40 and 7 last night. Go ahead.
Oh,
Ron.
Rory Harmon.
Nope. Keep going. Nope. We're getting close though.
Oh, you're talking about Madison.
Yes.
Mrs. Booker.
Now
Mrs.
we talking.
Booker.
Now we
Okay,
talking.
okay.
Yeah.
The junks is $189.
How
much?
Olivia
189.
Miles.
They nice though. They look like some Kobe's.
That's what we at today.
I'm not aware, but salute.
They got 13.
Juju has the opportunity to me to be like, Angel and Caitlyn, Magic Bird, great start off
You
to
think
the
she'll be
league.
Jordan?
Juju is Jordan, man.
Oh
Juju is
wow,
Jordan. I'm telling you.
really?
Juju is Jordan. She's taking the W to a new level. I'm telling you.
So
Especially if she can come back and be the level of player that she was. Hopefully, she can from her ACL injury.
So y'all,
She's
this is the shoe right here.
oh
This
okay,
is the
word.
only angle that we got.
Yeah, they come in colorways too.
Yeah. Salute to Juju,
Okay.
man, and salute to this shoe. Real talk and chill. We had kind of talked about this a little bit last week. USC has a chance to be very good next year. I'm still a little skeptical because we have to see Juju come back and have to see the level she's at. But if you guys were watching over this weekend, Jazzy Davidson, the number one, one of the top recruits coming into the class this year, she balled out. She basically carried USC in overtime to a victory to push them into the Sweet 16. They have the top player coming in next year, Sanaya Hall. She's a forward, which is cool because Jazzy's a
USC is
combo
the favorite
guard.
next year to win the whole thing, Ron. They are. They're the favorites next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have the number one recruit coming in next year, but they have 3 5-stars coming in next year. So they have the number one recruit. They have the number one international player. She's from Australia. I think her name is Satya Fagan. I think something like that. I'm sorry if I butchered her name, but she's coming from Australia, and they just got another big girl. She just committed this last weekend, and she's a 5-star. So they have 3 5-stars, Jazzy Davidson and Juju. And who knows what they're going to get in the transfer portal, because you know how that go. So like USC about to be loaded next year.
I can see
they're
that.
going to be a fun team to watch for sure. Sure.
But all right, fellas, we're going to keep it pushing on the super chats. Kendrick Collins said, y'all think the Supersonics bring KD back for the Farewell Tour?
It depends on where he's at in 28, 29.
That's in 3 years.
I think
It's a long time.
I think that'd be cool.
I'm telling you,
that would be cool.
I think he would definitely go, but like it also depends on like the players they're able to get when they get to the actual drafting part of expansion. Like how good is the team? I do think that's going to somewhat matter to him unless it's like his last year and he's just I don't know.
I'm telling y'all, if KD comes to Seattle,
buying that jersey.
If KD comes to Seattle,
all is forgiven. That's what he's saying.
No. It's not going to be to play for the Sonics. He's going to come up here to ring chase and play for the Seahawks. That's what he's going to do.
Next super chat. Next topic.
KD,
hey, we can use extra
I
tight end.
that
We can use it.
That's
Victor Vinci YT said, "What's up, panel? I just want to know, why does Kobe get taxed for playing with Shaq, but Shaq doesn't get taxed for playing with Kobe? Shaq was more dominant, but Kobe had the winning mentality. Also, Charles Barkley or Chuck is greater than 32."
He knows the answer to that first question. You don't need to.
Why? What's the answer?
Shaq was better than Kobe. That's why Kobe gets.
Can we just like Mars? God,
that's why.
Man, like that's a very good question.
Whether or not I don't agree with the tax, but that's the reason. So
that's why.
There's that, and I think
it's still dumb though. Like Shaq is another top 5 player in the league. So
that's fine.
Definitely,
he should be getting taxed.
I don't agree with
Steph and KD get taxed. Well,
I don't agree.
Actually, KD gets more tax.
KD gets.
Steph,
KD gets more tax.
And in that example, me personally, I thought KD was
better players getting taxed.
The better players getting taxed. That's kind of crazy.
At the time before pre-2022, both got taxed for those rings, and then.
Oh yeah, Steph won 22, and then we acted.
I think because KD hasn't won since Golden State, they tax him harder.
Had to get taxed. But that's why Kobe gets taxed.
Kobe has managed to win 2 more championships after Shaq, and still gets taxed to the 10th degree about his first.
Yeah, that is crazy. Though.
He's actually crazy. He's won more championships without Shaq than vice versa. But Kobe is still the one taxed to the 10th degree when they were on the same team. It's actually insane. It's actually crazy.
Shout out to Shaquille O'Neal, man. Yeah. But it's a shame we didn't talk about our top 10 pure scorers list. I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mars, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I guess Bleacher Report didn't believe that KD was better.
Facts. Shout out to Wardell, man. Shout out to Wardell.
I need him back, man. This shit been so hard to watch game by game, but I've been doing it, bro. Oh, this
I'm just
Warriors.
waiting.
You ain't been watching
I'm
B-Pod
just
Soups? You ain't
waiting.
been enjoying it?
Just
Bro,
waiting.
B-Pods, and I don't mean to be a hater because I really do appreciate
He gonna
basketball.
say
do.
hating on shit.
But
man.
dead ass, his rookie season, there was a game versus the Suns, and there was a play where it was 4 people in the paint. They passed by about wide open from 3, and he drove, and like it made me so infuriated. I'm like, that was some Ben Simmons shit. And the fact that this season he's dropped every point total but 30 is crazy. 22 points in the first half does not like it. He's so hard to watch, and it's not his fault necessarily for being who he is. It's a more testament to how poor the roster construction overall is as a whole. But man, bro, it's been hard to watch. We in the mud right now.
So mad at a 19th overall pick. You wouldn't believe it. This man was
I'm
drafted
sorry.
19th.
You know what?
It's hard to watch though. If you watch
I'm-
it, like it's hard, man. I'm sorry.
Ron, I'm still stuck
Yes,
on
yes.
that. No, I don't understand how 8 is taxed when we have
Oh, this
more
motherfucker is
chips
still on the Kobe.
without Shaq than vice versa. I don't know how Kobe is getting taxed when Shaq was eliminated in the first round 6 times without Kobe Bryant. I don't understand how Kobe is getting taxed more without Shaq when his other championship was with a far better player than Pau Gasol. I don't understand how Kobe Bryant is getting taxed when you could argue he also outplayed or was just as good in the 02 finals as Shaq as well. I don't know. But you know, it
No,
is
he
what it
wasn't.
is.
No,
It is what it is.
No.
Get your agenda up. Get your agenda
Now
up.
we
I ain't
go
gonna
too
say
far.
that.
Now we go too far.
Let me get it off. Let me get it off.
Go on.
Let me get it off.
Let me get it off. Let me get it off. Let me get it off. Let me get it off.
Hell no, man. Wilt Bam
6
Kobe.
first round exits without Kobe. By the
There
way,
you go. There you go.
6
There
of
you
them.
go. Yeah.
6 of them. 6. Ain't that right, Chill? 6 times bounced that ass out in the first round. 6 times without Kobe.
Without Kobe, I want to make sure that I remember this correctly. So as a rookie, they didn't make the playoffs. So his second year, they lose to Indiana in the first round. Let's see. After that, we're talking about first round exits. Is that correct? No, I'm
Yeah.
not first round exits. Are we talking about first round exits, or are we talking about bounced out the playoffs without Brian? Is that correct?
Either one.
Okay,
But
so
I was specifically talking about the first round exit.
okay, so we specifically talking about the first round. So they lost to Indiana in '94. They went to the NBA championship in '95. They lost in the East Finals in '96. They lost in the semifinals in '97. They lost in the West Finals in '98. They lost in the semifinals in '99. Won the NBA championship in 2000. Won the NBA championship in 01. Won the NBA championship in 02. Lost in the semifinals in 03. Lost in the West Finals in 04. In 05, he lost in 05, he lost in the East Finals. In 06, won the NBA championship. In 07, lost in the first round. In 08, missed the playoffs. In 09, lost in the semifinals. And by 10, I feel like by 09 and by 10, he was washed at that point. He was ring chasing. So of those 6 times that he was bounced out of the playoffs, of those 6 times he was bounced out of the playoffs.
I thought it wasn't
Bryant.
6 times first round. It was 6 times swept.
Yeah, 6
Wrong
times.
agenda.
Yeah,
Wrong
six,
agenda.
Oh, wow.
6 times swept.
Close enough. Close
Yeah.
enough. Close enough.
6 times.
Yeah. 6 times swept.
6 times swept, and 2 of those 6 times was with Bryant. So that's almost half.
I mean, that builds character.
It's
Four
a third.
times without
It's a
Kobe.
third. It's
Okay,
a third.
Yes,
Yeah,
It's a third, and one of them is year 2 Kobe. But yeah.
So absolutely. That was year 2. That was year Bryant.
So
And-
really, less
Mhm.
than what is that? Was
1/6. That's
18,
yeah.
16%.
16, something like that.
I mean, like all that's
point
fair,
is-
but one guy,
The point is that
you know.
when Shaq was playing with Bryant, as good as Bryant was at that point, he was coming up as being the best player in the league. That's the difference. The difference is Shaq was the best player in the league.
Yeah.
And that's the difference why he gets taxed, because he was considered he was the best player in the league. And I am so sick of listening to this nonsense about when he won these 2 championships without Shaq. He was playing with another great player. Pau Gasol
Was he as good as Dwayne Wade?
Was he as good as Dwayne Wade?
Yes.
No, he was not
Was he as
Dwayne
good as Penny Hardaway?
Was he as good as Penny?
Yes. Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa.
That will
You're
is
going to
hilarious.
lie.
Wait.
You're going to lie.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure that I'm getting this
Was
correct.
who as good as Penny?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
No,
Al Gasol.
No, Gasol wasn't that
okay,
good.
okay,
No,
okay.
he wasn't
Give
that
us some,
good.
give us some time. Give us some time, y'all. You know,
he was not that. No, he was not that good. No, he was not that good. However, we can say that Kobe Bryant was playing with the best player in the NBA. That was going on.
and I was Shaq. Yeah,
Okay.
That was
And then he
100%
got
going
to-
on.
And then he got to
And-
3 straight finals
and we saw
After
Shaq
them,
actually
won
beat Michael
back to
Jordan in the
back.
playoffs.
With another top 15 player in the league.
And beat the GOAT.
And it
Okay.
had,
Yeah, that's usually how that works, Chill. Your team has to be kind of good.
yeah.
Yeah, but the only time we saw Shaq have that amount of playoff success is when not only was he playing with another top 15 player, he was playing with the best guard in the league.
He was
But
not
they
playing-
lost. But they lost to Houston though. Like Houston was just a better basketball team than I'm not sure if I'm taxing Shaq for that.
And on top of that, he didn't. Ron just lets this
Like
shit
Houston
go.
was an elite
We're gonna
team.
end up here for
Like
4 hours.
mean,
'cause Ron-
Yeah, exactly, Ron. Host the show. Move on.
oh,
God
Wait,
damn.
is that one?
All right, real
is
talk,
that
real
the
talk.
ring-
I'm sorry.
is that
I'm
the-
sorry,
well,
real talk. No, we can't debate anymore. I gotta start cutting
Oh,
people
wow.
off. Come
Damn.
on, no, we gotta
There
be
you go.
punctual. Come on.
No,
Goddamn,
don't
real
get- they
talk.
get
wait,
mad
real
'cause
talk.
they getting cooked.
Everything can't turn into a debate, real talk. Sometimes we could just acknowledge something and move on. As a matter of fact, Mars acknowledged this weeks ago, and you guys want to keep doing this. No, Gifted, put your
The
hand
reason why
down.
he
We
gets
can't do that
taxed
right
'cause he's
now.
playing with
I
the
actually
best
gotta
player in the league.
bounce.
Nah, you
to, like,
can't do this either, chill. Quiet. Oh, yes, Gifted.
All right,
I
Gifted.
actually wanted to bounce. If you can, yeah. So I just want to say shout out to Chill for being a man of his word. 2 weeks ago, we made a bet on the Spurs versus Charlotte
You
game.
accepted that money?
Yes, and he sent it to
I
me
did.
yesterday through PayPal.
Yeah, I did.
That game was a blowout, man.
Nah. So listen. I'm watching it live, by the way. By the way, this was live streamed on my channel. Shout out to Miles Bridges for that late 3 to put it up, because they were definitely in control of the game more than I had anticipated. But it covered. So big salute. Shout out to Chill though, because he was a man of his word. He stood on principle. I appreciate that
Way to be a
shit.
man,
W
Chill.
Chill for that.
Bad
W
man
Chill.
to me. Yeah, chill bad man to me, man. I wouldn't-
Unlike this dude right here, that when I see him, I'm straight putting him in the sleeper hole.
Oh, listen, and Ron, I'm gonna hit you up. I don't know what the hell happened to Ron. If you can hear me, I'm gonna hit you up about the fantasy league and all that stuff too, but I gotta bounce out. Have a great rest of your day, chatters and panel. Peace out,
And
people.
anime, I'm not.
All right,
I don't
good.
want to move on because
Yeah.
I'm getting cooked. That's part of the show, goofball. I want to move on because we're gonna be.
Oh
here
no,
till-
that's exactly
till
why
hours.
you wanted to move on. And
No,
cut
I
me off,
don't.
but that-
We can't let these two do that. By Gifted, by Real Talk, and by Chill. The next super chat that we have is from Hunter TV. Swiper, this is a good time for you to chime in. Hunter said, fellas, it's a miracle they finally put the voodoo dolls down and my team is fully healthy again. I don't know what they'll look like come playoff time, but at least for the moment, we have our guys healthy again. He is talking about the Denver Nuggets. Swiper, are you happy that the voodoo dolls have finally deceased?
I don't know if they're going to be healthy, but I'm glad that they were. Every time they're healthy, they're very good. So yeah, if they stay healthy, then yeah, they'll be an elite team. They just have to stay healthy.
Let's see what we can do.
watching some of those games the past weekend, man, it's some really good basketball players that need to be on serious teams again. Robert Williams is still a really good basketball player
Yes,
who
he
should
is.
be a backup center for somebody's playoff team. Drew Holiday should also be on the playoff team.
He is going to be a
PJ
backup
Washington
center. He'll be a backup
should be
center
on
for the
somebody's
Trailblazers that are going to
playoff
make
team.
the
Technically,
playoffs.
they might be a playoff team this
Yeah,
year.
he is going to be a backup center for the Trailblazers.
But I'm saying like a
Make the
serious
playoffs.
team.
Oh,
not
yeah,
like-
chill. We got a little chicken on that, huh?
Mhm. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, I can't wait for that money to get rerouted down south.
Mhm.
All
They're
right.
probably better than the Warriors right now, maybe. Like even
Yes,
even
they
with
are.
You say who?
Yes, they
they're
are.
probably better than the Warriors right now with Steph.
They
So it
are.
might be Portland and the Clippers in the playoffs.
Phoenix and the Clippers. Phoenix and
I don't
Portland.
know Portland. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Suns they're kind of falling apart. But go ahead.
All right, guys, we can't be up here for 4 hours.
They had a big
Teddy
win
Hart.
against Toronto.
Oh, man, real talk just doesn't get the memo ever. Teddy Hart said how MJ 63 lasted 20 plus more years and counting than Kobe's 81 is baffling. I really thought Dame was going to eclipse it in the bubble that one game.
It wasn't the bubble.
It was in Portland against Denver. What was it, like 55 he got? What was it, 57, 55,
I've
or
never
57?
seen a playoff game like that.
He got
Wait,
busy.
what? Oh, you talking about the 21 first round series?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that before.
he
I
got
have.
busy.
I've
Yes,
seen
he
it.
did. Mhm. Got busy.
Yeah, Shaq Harrison, Bryn Forbes, Monte Morris, Facu Campazzo. That was a truly, truly dark 2-year period, but they still managed to win that series. I don't think people realize how injured that team was. That was ridiculous. Shaq Harrison, you never heard of him in your life.
Yeah,
Closing
shout
games.
out Shaq Harrison.
No, he was closing games. Shout out to Shaq. Shout out to Shaq. If that was our Shaq, then that series probably is over even sooner.
Delski sent through a super chat and said, I agree with Chill. These new stars turned super off, or
You reading it right, Ron? Read it how you see it, Ron.
these new stars turned super off of spamming screens,
There you go.
running around screens, and pick and roll navigation. Then scream they did something. Killing in garden matchups is a lost art.
But they've been doing mismatch hunting for decades, though. So I mean, it's definitely a lot now, but I don't know.
Not as heavy as it
Optimization,
is.
yeah.
Not nearly
Optimization
as much.
has people upset. People don't want to see a sport optimized. They want to see a sport that's out the mud. I don't know.
No, it's not that. It's when, well, at least for me, like I hate the knowing we're playing in the most efficient offensive environment ever, and then the debates are just, oh well, this player is more efficient. This player is more efficient. When you're saying that this player is better than a player in the previous era, when we're not playing an optimized, efficient version of basketball nearly to the degree that we are now. It's like I don't. And then people think that relative makes up for that. But in my opinion, what I do in this era has nothing to do with what I would be doing if I was optimized like you are in this era. The relative does not make up that gap, in my opinion, if you have a certain skill set. So I think that is the problem for some people in when it comes to debates. It's like, oh, we're efficient. Yeah, it's like you're playing the most efficient version of basketball ever. You're supposed to be.
Dre Knows Ball said Bleacher Report had the worst pure scores list of all time. Harden was off the list. Kobe at 10, Jokic above Kobe, and Curry 1. Now that KD passed MJ, can the panel make one? Top 15 pure scores.
We should
I'm
do
down
that
to do
tomorrow.
that. Yeah, I'm down
we
to
should
do that.
tomorrow. We've done a
Yeah.
tier list of pure scorers before, but we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah,
I'm down to
we
do that.
won't. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do that tomorrow. But you guys stick around. We'll get to that sometime here very soon. Don't worry,
down to
Mars.
do
We'll
that.
get to
Yeah,
that. We'll
I'm
get to
definitely
that.
down to do that.
You guys love the panel so much. You guys could stick around for a few more months, maybe a few more years, but we'll get around to it one day. But as of right now, we got to get around to these super chats. Dub Ball Out Highlight said, Swiper, I enjoyed that
Who's
movie
typing?
pod. Yeah, who's typing?
Yeah, mute your mic.
Raise your hand. Who's typing?
As you were saying, Ron, Swiper, I enjoyed the.
Swiper, I enjoyed the movie pod with you and Penn. Also, have you seen Project Hail Mary yet? Want to go check it out in the theaters and heard it's as good as Interstellar, and it's in my top 5 movies of all time.
Yep, me and Penn cooked up a great episode. He's obviously phenomenal at what he does. That was a really fun episode. I did see Project Hail Mary on Saturday. I gave it an 8.2. It is a combination of Interstellar and like this dystopian climate change world, Armageddon, with like the final act to save humanity, and Arrival, and mixing languages and creating new languages between 2 different species, with great interstellar space travel that was also offered in Gravity, the movie that came out with Anne Hathaway. So it is a collection of multiple movies, multiple plot lines. I think that Ryan Gosling will be a top 5 candidate for Best Actor next year, and that's with the disclaimer, if the rest of the year doesn't have just absolute bangers like it did last year, I think Ryan Gosling will be in track to win his first. It was that good. He actually did better than the script did. I think that was written for him, which says a lot. But the Iridian species that you'll find in the movie was also a good inclusion. Had a lot of different dynamics in it. I thought it was exceptional. This was a mix between like I Am Legend in space in some ways. Like he was literally solo acting for 65% of the movie, which is very difficult. so yeah, you know what I mean. It's a good movie. I definitely suggest you go watch it in IMAX or in Dolby.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree, Swiper. I got him in my top 3. I was like, he did his thing with that. But all
Chill.
right.
This is like when Jay-Z and Nas like linked up and did
I
some
would
shit
I
together.
would love to see it, Swiper. If you can send that link, I would like to see that combination between you and Penn.
Well, I think he
That'd
put
be
it
dope.
in the chat, but I'll send it.
Yeah, that'd be
I'll resend
dope.
it.
Mm-hmm.
King Bo said Jared McCain will show in person tonight that Philly did not sell high on him. Tonight, Daryl Morey will pay for his sins, and he is a liar.
Sure enough.
I think it's fairly obvious they didn't sell high on him.
Yeah, everybody know that. I don't think anybody is saying that they sold high on him. Nobody's saying that.
They probably sold as low on him as you could possibly sell.
Yeah.
Damn, Daryl Morey.
I know Paulo is not overrated, depending on where you have Paulo rated. If you think Paulo is a top 20 player in the game, you think he's a top 25 player in the game. If you think he's a top 15 player in the game, yeah, he's overrated.
Paulo underrated.
Yeah.
But Roy Mustang 762 said, bro, we know why Kobe gets taxed, and it's because his fans do the ring argument to put him over LeBron and other just narratives for all-time rankings. And with others, it's just narratives.
No, to put him over LeBron and others. That's what he said. But yeah, to be fair, that probably is part of it. When you have to do the 5 is more than 4 thing, yeah, Bron fans are going to come back with, 3 of yours came with Shaq. Kind of is just what's going to happen.
I mean, do we need to talk about, you know what?
Yeah, do we need?
Yeah, and then you're gonna come super team back with it. We know what's gonna happen, but narratives.
But I just think there's such a minute amount of people that actually still ranking Kobe over LeBron James, even if you're a Kobe fan.
No, just Kobe fans.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, even Kobe fans. There are a lot of Kobe.
Yeah,
fans
I'm saying just a segment of Kobe fans, like just a few of them. Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of former players who still rank Kobe.
I mean, I can.
Miles, I'll be on the internet and I hear people, and then to be honest with you, it is crazy that you're correct. Like Ballers is like Kobe, a top 5 player in the league.
Yeah, all the NBA players have Kobe top 5, but what do they know? They only played against him.
You're right. Kendrick Perkins played too. How's that going for you, real talk?
What you mean?
I don't know, but he could.
You talking about Luka?
No, I said Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah,
he played in the NBA. And
you're saying NBA players don't always know ball.
Yeah. You've come up here plenty of
times.
You
never say that when Swiper uses NBA players. That's interesting.
That's because on me, I got a lot of motion, bro. Like you comparing yourself to me, it's never gonna work. That's what he's saying.
Swipe.
Stay in your lane.
You know what?
Real talk.
Ron, this way you get control of the show.
You're right. My bad. Thank you, Mars, Mars.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping me locked in. Tupac Westside, real talk, you stay in the back. Tupac Westside said also JJ needs to play Vando in Thero. If Jake had been if Jake,
I like Jake, Ron. Come on, Ron. Read it how you see it, Ron. Come on, brother. Focus.
You
we
see,
roll
chill. I haven't been using these things.
Put your glasses on.
Right
You're doing great,
all right, for sure.
Damn.
Apparently, Father Time has caught up to me. Everybody can't be like DeMar DeRozan and Russell Westbrook. All right, here we go. Damn, these letters big as hell.
I'm not letting me respond to bitch assness too. So let's keep going.
Put a name on it. Actually, never mind. Don't put a name on it. All right. Tupac Westside said also JJ needs to play Vando in Thero. I like Jake, but he's been in a slump. Also, they can get stops and rebounds. Oh, and they can get stops and rebounds, which would help LA maintain leads.
Yeah.
I really wonder how you read. I feel like you see the first letter and just start filling in the blanks.
It's like people who you see dance, Ron, and like, are you listening to the words or are you listening to the beat? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, shout out to you, Ron, man. Shout out to
y'all
you,
know
man.
Ron be doing this on purpose. Ron can read. I just want y'all to know. This is a gimmick. This is a gimmick. Ron can definitely read.
Yeah, Ron, you know what? I've had it with you with this idiot of the village thing. Stop it. Okay? Knock it off.
All right. Stop being dyslexic. Okay.
Okay.
Got you.
Are you
All right, here we
diagnosed
go.
with dyslexia? Like, is that actual?
yes. And you guys
Okay,
try to
well,
make fun of me.
No, then
Wait,
that
are you
makes complete
serious?
sense.
You ain't never told us that.
Yes, I told you guys this 3
You
years
never
ago.
told us that. No, you didn't.
I
You
told-
never
Y'all make
told
fun
us
of his
that.
reading a lot.
I have
too.
never heard you say this.
Real talk. This is the first time I ever heard this before. What the hell, Ron?
Because y'all thought I was joking.
No. That's
No,
not
Ron,
it.
like you're
Yeah,
on the
now it makes
spectrum.
sense.
We're on the spectrum, but dyslexia is a thing. Like, I'm glad that you told us
Yes.
that.
Okay, now it makes sense. All right.
That's still not an excuse. You can't read. Tom.
Not Mars, you're derailing the show. All right, here we go. You see, you know what? Y'all got
backward. Stay
Y'all got
focused,
it.
Ron. No, come on, Ron. As you were saying, Ron. Finish up what we started.
right.
Come on, man.
All right, chill. You think I could do it?
You got it.
All
Come
right.
on, brother.
Come
We
on.
got it. I'm with you. I'm absolutely
All right.
with you.
Flight said if Mr. Udoka takes Redarius Shepard,
Yeah, Darius Shepard. Mhm.
if he takes Redarius Shepard out the starting lineup again, the city of Houston will take pitchforks. True PG or not, I don't care. He deserves it.
Mhm.
So you feel like that? You feel that way, real talk?
Yeah, he should be starting. You just got to live with the deficiencies as far as a defensive player, but it just makes the offense so much better. So it is what it is.
All right, start with Darius or CC. If you know, you know.
Hopefully
Christos Karasoulis said, y'all still gassing bum-ass Tatum and the Celtics or what? They look mid, and offense is not the same. Knicks want all the smoke. Respect us, the East is ours.
All right. We'll see. Yes, we will.
Be a fun series again.
We will see.
Void Century YT said off topic, but the best show on PC is Press Box. Was on yesterday, and all I gotta say is my brother Bama gotta be drug tested. Also, get Hero off my team.
I'm waiting for
Bama
Swipe. Swiper bugs me out when it comes to Hero. Swipe would be ready to jump to come to Bama. That should be funny as hell.
No, Bama
What
was.
did Bama do yesterday?
We had a conversation about like the flag football game, and me and Early said that Speed is a very good athlete. You know, he's reportedly ran a 4.4 and jumped 40 inches, and he's like 5'7", like 150 pounds apparently. And we always said he's a great athlete. Bama went on this tangent about him versus like all the NFL players saying he's not a good athlete, he's bad, he's okay, and like, well, I don't know how many human beings are walking around. Then he said he knows a lot of N-words in the hood that can do this, and so it went on this long tangent. Eventually turned into Bama saying that had I had the requisite training and diet and money for the love of the game, I would have walked on to Alabama and I would have become a slot receiver and I would have got time at Alabama as a slot receiver. And if you've seen Bama.
I mean, well, to be fair, Swiper, see, I wish I was there because y'all don't know Bama 10 years ago.
He's strong.
I seen Bama when he was dunking.
No, but Bama
I know
literally
this.
he opened the soliloquy by saying when we were talking about all the stuff, I said something. He brought up Colorado. All the athletes are sweet, and so then I literally said to him verbatim, "But Bama, you wouldn't have been a top flight athlete in Colorado either." And so I think it's Bama. It was funny. It was like amazing hour and a half of banter. It literally turned Bama went from hating on Speed to I can play slot receiver at Alabama in 2011 with Courtney Upshaw on that roster over there. That's what happened.
Swiper, do I need to send the people over there so he can pee in the cup and we can?
Yeah,
see
man.
what's
Shout
going
out
on?
to the press box, man. Pull up. Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Real talk. I do expect you to be there because you are now a requisite member of NFL FC because you are a Houston Texans fan. So we should definitely have you this season. D-Mac is there, brand new addition.
Sure, you're not a Chargers fan, real talk? You sure you're not a Rams fan?
I was just checking some analytics. I was trying to see where all this swipe emotion at because my solo pod's doing better than.
Shouts.
It don't matter.
But press box, great show. Sundays at 11 p.m. as well. It's a great platform. It's gonna be love, man. Can't wait.
Nah, chill. I wasn't gonna let him slide with that one. I had to give him a jab back. I didn't get a jab back.
Hey, brother, if I trust me, if I took my YouTube page as serious as I should, then definitely. But thankfully, I realized that's not monetary.
Right, but that is not an
argument. We'd all be drunk.
We're not doing that. No,
if it wasn't fifth, we'd all.
As you were saying, Ron. Where were we, Ron?
Daniel Berry Sports Highlight became a YouTube member. Shout out to Daniel Berry, another former Hall of Famer, another PCL champ, and another GOAT in the chat. My man MTL22 became a YouTube member as well. Shout out to MTL, man. I can't believe he spanked you niggas in the PCL last year. My man MTL. Also, another YouTube member. There he is. H-Town T, a real Houston representative, became a YouTube member today. Shout out to H-Town T. And last but not least, Kari
Bass Mac Jr.
Bass T Mac Jr. or Bast?
Mm-hmm.
Kari Bass Mac Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Kari Bass for jumping on. Appreciate you for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Last but not least, Cool DJ 9234. Salute to everybody that became a YouTube member today. If you're not a member, join up and enjoy the perks that all members get.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have a super chat from Shootout Sin Soho. Shootout Sin Soho said, Pano, what do you think of yesterday's major talking points on Press Box? Swiper, do enlighten them if needed. Bama disaster.
No, he did already. He already put us on.
Yeah, if whether or not you think Speed is a great athlete, just by human standards, that's just the question.
So did he like crash out? Was
yes.
it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch that then.
Yeah.
Bama crash outs are fun.
Yeah, it was yelling. It was tantrums. It was. He didn't call anybody a coon today. That on Sunday, but it's definitely tantrums.
Shout out to Bama, man.
Yeah,
I do
for
think
sure. And
Speed
then it
does
turned
get a
into
little
saying,
hyped as
early.
that,
And then early said, I don't ever get in those gridiron fights with you, Bama. You got it. Bama said, I don't need any shoulder pads or helmets. When I meet you, I'm gonna throw you the ball. Be ready. and then Hurley was like,
if you've ever been around somebody, it is not hard to turn Bama up. It is not.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Yeah.
It is not hard to turn
Bama go
up.
from 0 to 10 quick. I know the
Ron know how to do it. Ox knows how to do it. J-Rob is a master at turning Bama up. Oh my God. Swiper knows how to do it too, by the way.
We got another super chat from Trent. Trent said Darius Acuff is him. I see what they say about his defense. Kingston is him, but that boy good. I don't know who's going first between them off the board.
Depends on what the lottery look like. Mm-hmm.
I got Acuff now, the first point guard by a mile. Like I'm not considering. I was Mikael Brown Jr. Then I switched over to Kingston for a second. Went back to Mikael Brown Jr. Now, like I'm not even considering any point guard.
Yeah, that brother's good. He's and somebody said on Twitter, and I didn't even think about it. It was like, bro, were y'all sitting here talking about like Steph Curry's defense and at Davidson and stuff? And once I was like, yeah, no, we weren't. Darius Acuff is an amazing basketball player. So yeah, I'm there with you.
I'm considering Acuff in top 3 talks now too, because at some point production just has to matter. If he goes to the Final Four. If he goes to the Final Four, I was on TikTok Live saying it. If I was some teams and I need a point guard, like for instance, the Dallas Mavericks, I would consider taking him with the number 2 pick. Number 1 is off the table. If I have the number 1 pick, I'm taking AJ. But if I get that number 2 pick, and if I'm some teams, I would heavily consider Darius Acuff number 2.
You drafted
if they get to the Final
over
Four.
Peterson?
I mean, I've been healthy all season. I've actually been a better scorer than you this season. I am more efficient than you. I control the game more than you,
so Ron,
and I'm more of a clutch player than you.
Just so you know, Ron, Kyrie Irving only played 10 games. That's it. He played 10 games at Duke. That was it. He was the number 1 pick in the draft. So the healthy thing, yeah.
That's true.
Malik Stevenson said, how many / which NBA guys could take a 16 seed college team all the way and win the championship? Any guys under 6'10"?
A lot.
So what guys under 6'10" do you guys think?
SGA, Luka, Ant, Kawhi, Steph, LeBron, like any of them, all of them, every one of them. If you're watching the tournament right now, they would obliterate those kids.
Yeah, I mean, these 16 seeds are not the old 16 seeds. Like they're actually playing these number 1
shooting matters. If you can shoot, you can beat anybody. It's really that simple.
Yeah, so if you take
Kansas
one of them 16 seeds
down
and just drop NBA superstar on their team, I think it looks a little different.
But if Anthony Edwards right now was playing for St. Mary's would walk into the NCAA title.
No, they wouldn't.
Who would beat them, Chill? Based on everything you've seen so far, Kentucky, I'm talking about barely escaped. Duke, BYU just lost. It's a higher seed. They were 6. They just lost to Texas, who was 11.
I mean, Siena had Duke in a dogfight. Chill, you can't tell me that if you put Anthony Edwards on that team, that doesn't put him over the top of Duke.
They can't guard him, Chill. They're
But,
children.
we're talking about going all the way to the
They're
championship.
children. These
That's what we're
18-year-olds,
doing.
19-year-olds.
I mean, to be
It's a
fair, a
dumbass
lot of
comment.
these better teams got 23, 24-year-olds.
But this is a dumbass comment. That's like saying, like, which college player could take the worst high school team to the state
Not
championship?
worse. Not worse.
That's what this. Okay, so the 16. I'm thinking about the 16
That's
seed.
kind of typically how
I'm thinking about the 16 seed, like Prairie View. Like Anthony Edwards is taking Prairie View to the national championship.
Chill.
That's what we
I just
doing?
said St. Mary's. St. Mary's just beat a blue blood without him.
And
If Anthony
Yeah,
Edwards
but
was playing
he's
for
saying you're using an example that one, but like Prairie View just got like destroyed. Shout out to PV though, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to
That-
H-Town.
he's-
But
he's-
That's
they
why I
got
use
their
Siena as
ass
my example.
smashed.
like we taking Howard or Maryland, Baltimore
man.
County.
If Howard has some bruh, if bruhs played,
They
and
got
went and
all
played at
bros
Howard.
over there.
No, I'm talking about if them blue blood bruhs went and played over there, they would walk. They would walk.
Hey, if he went to Miami of Ohio, because they was really about something.
Yeah, they
He
would
went to
walk.
Miami of Ohio, maybe. But all right, y'all, we're gonna move on to the next super chat. Ron M98 said, thoughts on Bleacher Report's top 15 purest scores in
Doing
NBA
that tomorrow.
history.
We're gonna do that tomorrow.
You said not tomorrow, sometime this week.
I didn't say sometime this week. I said sometime this year.
Okay.
I thought I heard you say tomorrow, but I'm tripping. All right.
You said we can't do it tomorrow. Is what he said.
All right.
Arian,
My
are you
fault.
gonna be here tomorrow, Swiper?
No,
If you pull up tomorrow, we'll do it.
brother, I can't. No.
Swiper, we need more. We missed a whole week with you.
Yeah, I know.
You don't got time for the
you're
bruhs?
lucky you got me today, brother. Shout out,
Oh,
shouts out,
okay.
shouts out.
All right, no doubt. Much respect. Arian Fogel said, y'all bringing up KD, Harden, and Russ hurts me as an OKC fan since the Cole Aldridge era. Like I lost my best eater trio
Yes.
because of a BS relationship.
Yep.
Wait, what?
What does that mean, real talk?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Typically if you have something on the side that you fool with,
What is an eater?
typically
Yeah, what's an eater?
she's somebody, or they are, I don't know, all power to you, brother. But that person usually can have no gag reflex.
What is that? What?
Ah.
Like food?
No, not food.
He know what you're talking about, real talk.
Yeah, I know he knows.
He knows what you're talking about.
He's trying to get a food joke.
That's it. That's really what he's trying to do.
I hope that nobody loses their best eater. But
Personally, when I go to
moving on.
Cinnabon and I get a Cinnabon, I mean, I hope I don't have a gag reflex. I mean, that'd be terrible. It's a great meal.
Shout out to all the Cinnabons out there. Teddy Hart said, if Kobe 06 and Harden 19 somehow competed for the scoring title in the same season, who you think gets it? So drop them in the league right now. Who
Probably
wins the scoring
Harden.
title?
More
Harden
threes.
or Kobe?
I think
Yeah, more
James
threes. Harden.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah, I got
What
it. Yeah, I got Kobe.
I don't know what these are.
I got Kobe.
Yeah, definitely. I'm taking Harden. Kobe.
Yeah,
I think
I'm
Kobe
taking
would definitely make it close. He'd probably be around. I mean, I don't know wherever SGA is and the 2-point reliant, but Kobe would be at 35, 36 again. But I don't know.
No, Kobe could.
No, I
ramp up
think
that
Kobe would be
three-point
like.
volume
I
too.
think
Kobe can shoot
Bryant
more
would be.
threes.
Yeah, Kobe
He could, yeah, he could,
100%,
he could.
like-
I think he'd be around between 35 and 38, and I think James Harden would be right around that area too.
Yeah, it'd be close,
Yeah.
but I got Kobe.
Mad Max Sports said, rank these: Josh Smith, Gerald Wallace, Terrence Jones, Al-Farouq Aminu, Jay Crowder, Dub PC, Dub Glaze episode.
I'm going Josh Howard.
Josh Howard or Josh Smith?
I'm going Josh Howard first. And then I'm going Gerald Wallace, Josh Smith, Jay Crowder, Terrence Jones, and then Aminu.
I'm with that. Yep. I'm taking
Terrence
that.
Jones is last.
Gerald Wallace would be so cool.
Yeah,
right
Terrence
now.
Jones is for sure. Like taking a beat.
Shout out to T. Jones, though. He was a monster at
Yeah.
Kentucky and a monster
in
in high school.
Kentucky.
I seen somebody on the panel give that brother about 30 and 15, though. Won't say no names. But shout out to
Oh,
Jones.
Ox was like that.
What? Ox don't talk about himself enough. Like Ox was
Yeah, I saw Ox when he video when he was
Boy.
younger. He was way more mobile. Yeah, way
Boy.
more mobile.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Ox today, like I kind of highlighted it to you guys. It's like Suns Shaq versus Orlando Shaq. But you know, it happens to the best of them, you know. The Jonathan Frazier said, to your own point, Swiper, Melo in 19 was supposed to be the other guy to help James with the scoring, but it didn't work. Shout out Blazers Melo, cold as F.
They didn't tell him what they wanted him to do per his own reporting, and then they got rid of him 11 games into the year or whatever it was. So Daryl Morey was another fumble by him.
King Bo said Daryl Morey said they sold high on Jared McCain after the trade in an interview.
No, they didn't. He's wrong for that because we know he didn't. Like there was no market for Jared McCain. Is that what you're trying to tell us? If that was all you could get, yeah, I'm having a difficult time buying that logic.
Love Ferdina said, don't know if y'all been watching the Wolves, but when Ant comes back, Dante/Randall should go to the bench for Io/Nas Reed. Not going to happen, but I wish it would.
I don't know about the Julius Nance part, but I'm definitely with you on the IO.
Julius
part.
not going.
They basically won that game yesterday without Ant and Julius Randle because Julius was so atrociously bad.
He was bad yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was, even though he's been good over the last couple of games, he was bad yesterday.
A Tribe Called Lynn sent through a $5 super chat and said Kobe gets taxed and Magic and Kareem don't even, though they played with more Hall of Famers too.
Keep cooking.
Interesting.
Keep cooking.
Anything else, real talk? You sure you don't want to hate? You sure you don't want to hate?
I'm not hating. I'm
it.
just saying it just be real interesting. Kobe always the one getting taxed. All these other players get to play with each other. No problem. Yeah. Magic was playing with the best player in the NBA and Kareem.
Jabbar definitely should get taxed because Magic was the best player, even though Jabbar was older. Yeah, even though Jabbar was older. Yeah, even though Jabbar was older.
Jabbar made that boy. It wouldn't be no Magic without Jabbar. We don't talk about that.
Actually,
wouldn't even be no Magic.
Actually, Jabbar wouldn't have played as long as he did had he not gotten Magic. He was on his way.
And Magic wouldn't have started.
Magic wouldn't have started. Where?
With the Lakers. It wouldn't be no Magic.
Yes, he would have. That ain't had nothing to do with Jabbar. Nothing.
Boy, got the piggyback off of Kareem, and we talk about he the best point guard of all time. Don't let me go down this road.
Nope, I'm not going down there with you. I'm not.
Bob said, does Harden rank higher as a scorer or passer? Obviously, his scoring is his best attribute, but I don't see many individuals who are as intelligent as passers.
Yes, definitely. He was a great passer. Definitely.
Yeah, he's a higher scorer.
All right. Triggs 92 said Io is just a better decision maker than Dante at the moment. He's turning the ball over too much and relying on threes from Yucatan. Shout out Yucatan.
Dante swear he prime Klay Thompson. I do not be getting these shots he be shooting, bro.
Shout out to Yucatan, man. If you guys have never been to the Yucatan, that's a great place to visit, man. I had some good times over at the Yucatan, man. Shout out Merida. Chief Trey sent through a members chat and said, I'm here for the KD glaze. Finna see my GOAT tonight. I'm about to go watch live.
Mm-hmm. Sound like it.
Who the Rockets got? Oh, they're playing in Chicago? Shout out to it, man. We got another members chat from Dookie Baylocks. Dookie said, happy 323 day.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't either. Anybody in the chat know what 323 day is?
Oh,
where's
March,
the 323?
March 23rd? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's March 23rd, but where's the 323 though?
March is the third month and the 23rd day.
No, I'm saying like what area code is the 323? That's what I'm assuming it is.
Oh.
Dude, what's 323?
I don't know.
Please enlighten us. But all right, the last members chat that we got is from Key0898. Key said, per NBA, Shea leads the league in isolation.
We already covered that. So, yeah.
Thank you for letting us know.
Real talk.
All
Next
right,
time
y'all.
I see you, I'm bringing my boxing gloves because I like real talk. One of them dudes who will punch you in the face and then apologize. Like, did I hit you too hard? I'm sorry. So I'm bringing my boxing gloves next time I see you. I'm ready
You
for
J.
the fight
Cole?
with your ass. I'm
That's who you are, you J.
with
Cole?
it. So ain't gonna be no more this. Ain't gonna be no more this tiptoeing shit with real talk. I'm ready for the fight when I see your ass. Okay, I'll see you soon. Real talk. Absolutely. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely, no doubt. So I will see you guys soon. Go ahead, Ron.
All right, Dookie Baylock said, "Happy 323 day. That is the Los Angeles County. Salute to Los Angeles. Salute to LA. We getting that 10th win tonight, baby. And then once we do that, I'll have my jersey on tomorrow. And then we'll get the 11th win. Then I'll have my jersey on the day after that. And then we'll go 20 wins into the playoffs. And I will not wash this jersey or take it off ever. Salute to everybody that watched the episode. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. We will see you guys same place, same time tomorrow.
Later.
Oh, and make sure that you pull up to Portland April 10th. We will see you guys in the Motor Center. We're doing the first ever live podcast or live show before an NBA game. I can't wait to do that with you guys because, well, the panel ain't the panel without the chat. So we need you guys to lock in, pull up to the Motor Center. We will see you guys live and in the flesh. In the meantime, in between time, call your mother before I do.